VIP room to celebrate it, cause we made it. Time to get fucked up and get faded. Fill them cups up and put them drinks up and keep them in the air and get fucked up. Let's celebrate it, cause we made it. Time to get fucked up and get faded. Hey, hey, hey. You can catch me in the club, at the bar. It's the first place that I like to start. I'm on the brink, now let me think. I gotta figure out what I want to drink. Made up my mind, that's why I'm smiling. Think I'm in the mood for a Long Island. Better make sure that you make it right. A nigga tryna get
Broadcasting live from WTMH Radio Studios. It's the Slapstick Comedy Radio Show, covering all things funny, where you are guaranteed to get a good laugh to the abs. With your hosts, Damon M. Terry, Misha, and Stephen G.
Hey, it's your man David Williams from Chi-Town, and you know me from Comic View, Def Comedy Jam, and now the Laugh Tonight with David Williams on Urban Flicks. But right now, you are listening to Slapstick Radio, and y'all keep listening to slapstickradio.com.
That's right. Y'all keep listening to slapstickradio.com. What's up?
What's up?
We are back. This is show number 6.
Hey.
We are back. Well, really it's 7, but one was one we can't count.
Yeah.
We can't count 'cause we had technical difficulties that night. But what's up? This your boy Damon M. Cherry.
And I'm Misha Mish.
And we are sitting here at the WTMH Radio Studios. We are here two-thirds of the crew. Eddie Kane Jr. will be here in a second.
Yeah.
He's on his way. So
CP time.
He's definitely on Negro time. But everything's been good. What's going on, Mish Mish?
I'm actually really happy. I'm really happy. I'm loving this pandemic because it's allowing me to get more done. Sit down and get more done.
Sit down and get more. So basically, you're saying it's keeping you still.
Yes.
I feel half and half. I feel the stillness and I feel everything, but all this really make me do. I'm getting more sleep than I normally would get. That's all I'm doing.
Good.
Because but I sleep anyway. That's what I'm saying. It ain't like nothing changed. I'm just sleeping more, and I'm really missing that extra little comedy funds, just that little extra. Even if it's like a $200 show. Even if it's like a $50 local show, I just went and did 5 minutes for 50 minutes. I mean, for $50 or $100 show, I'm just missing all that little pocket change. You know what I'm saying? And then with the young one, I kind of need that.
Yeah.
I kind of need every little nickel I can get.
Yeah, that's one thing I will say. I'm in a hard spot with that because I'm ready to start planning the comedy shows for next year. But
right.
You can't. I don't even know what's going to be going on for next year. I
right.
hope this is over.
Well, that's what everybody. Well, you know, there, a cure is on the way. A cure is on the way. So, at least they got a new test now. I know you heard about the new test.
No.
They got a more simpler test where they can just take your spit now.
Oh, good.
And you would know in 3 hours, which I don't know why they couldn't do that.
In the first place.
If you can swab me and tell me that a baby is mine, how you gonna tell me?
Yeah, that's true.
I got COVID.
Yeah. Because they say it takes like 5 days to get the results back, too.
Right,
so.
right. And I know some people that had it and said they nose hurt for like 4 or 5 days. And since I was close to these people, they didn't have it, so I figured it wasn't no need me taking it. If y'all ain't got it, I ain't got it, because I've been around y'all. So if y'all ain't got it, I ain't got it.
Yeah, I couldn't stick nothing up my nose like that.
And I totally think I'm asthmatic. I totally think I am asthmatic, because even with my job, I've been going in nursing homes. Even though I'm masked up, I've been going in nursing homes, and all 3 of the nursing homes I've been in have had COVID in there, and then they done shut down whole sides of the nursing homes, and I still go to them every day. And I totally believe I'm asthmatic.
Yeah, you gotta be, because you go to a lot of places.
Yeah, I go to a lot of places, and I say 95% of my route is retail and service. So
do you wear a mask the whole time?
I put you like this. I go in with my mask, and if it's people in the break room that I'm in, I wear my mask. But if I'm in there by myself, it's coming below my nose, and a lot of times I'm by myself. So.
What about gloves?
Yeah, I wear gloves all the time, and it ain't because of the COVID. It's because moving real fast and putting pops in them vending machines that cut my hands up a lot. So and you never feel those cuts till you get in the shower and your hand burning. You be like, what the hell?
Oh yeah, you good.
So yeah, I keep gloves on.
It ain't gonna hit
But
you.
every now and then I will take them off if I'm feeling the snack machine. But as far as a pop machine, I got the gloves on.
Yeah, it's not coming to you.
But I got plenty of sanitizer in my truck. So every time I get in my truck, I sanitize, and everywhere I go, they got sanitizer. I didn't even stole some sanitizer. Right there. They had 10,000 bottles of sanitizer. I might as well give me one of these too.
Hell yeah, I would have too.
Right, and you came over to the crib last week and you saw them stocking up on my toilet paper. So
Oh man, I almost took a couple.
everything.
You have
Well,
plenty.
I'll put it to you like this: I got it for you when you need it. But like I said, every time I go in Dollar Tree, I'm buying two packs of toilet paper. And believe it or not, that's some good toilet paper. It's soft.
Is it?
It ain't really no good name brand. It's the Dollar Tree brand or whatever it is. It's thick. It's soft. You know what I'm saying? It ain't none of that thin crap.
See, I'm a Charmin girl all day. That's all I buy. I mean, I might buy Northern Quilted, but
But let me put it to you like this: in a pandemic with no toilet paper, you gonna not wipe or you going with Charmin?
I went with Angel Salt. That's all they had available.
Oh, Angel Soft is good. That's dollar toilet paper.
Yeah, that's all I could get.
Angel Soft is good.
I didn't like it though.
Why?
'Cause I'm Charmin.
Because you used to say your booty hole used to Charmin.
Booty
So
hole
that's
used
what
to
it-
Charmin.
Okay. So what's Charmin? The bears in the wood.
That's
the
right.
The red bear.
That's
the,
right.
The red bear who wipes his booty with toilet paper.
You got it. The Red Bear.
Well, that's what's up, man. There's a lot going on, man. First of all, we got a great show for you tonight, man. We got a nice lineup tonight. We got Eddie Bryant is gonna call in.
Can't wait.
Well, what you say about 6:30, 7:45?
He's gonna call in at
7:30, 6:45.
Yep.
And then OMG, if y'all missed the interview last week we had with I'm gonna stop saying interviews because we have not interviewed nobody yet. We've had conversations. We've had great conversations with comedians, and we had my man Howie Bell called in last week, and man, it was an awesome conversation. I loved his energy. I loved everything he talked about. He had a lot to talk about, and I think we all was mad that the time came where we just had to end it. I mean, we could have went for another 2 or 3 hours if we needed to, but we try to keep to a schedule.
Yeah, because we actually every conversation we've had, we could have kept it going.
We definitely could have kept it going, especially the D Militant. I could have listened to that.
Oh yeah,
I could have listened to that for another 4 or 5 hours.
Me too.
If we was on LA time, we would have recorded that the whole time.
Yeah, and I'm sure he had a lot more to say.
Right. And then in our 8 o'clock hour, our big interview of the night. We got a big person in the comedy game. We got actually the godmother of comedy, Miss Tina Graham. She'll be calling in, and she got a lot of things going on. Been having a lot of things going on. And I can't wait to hear some of her stories.
Yeah, I can't wait either.
I can't wait to hear some. I even got some ideas of how I want to get her to talk about these stories.
Yeah, I love me some Tina.
I want to get to some stories, man. Last night was historic. You been watching the DNC?
Yeah.
That is amazing how they did that. Since you was talking about the pandemic and all that, this pandemic for what they did for the Democratic National Convention, you can tell that it was pre-planned. That ain't nothing they just put together. And the Republicans, when you watch theirs next week, it's probably gonna be something they put together real quick because they seeing what the Democrats is doing. But that thing was so from a video editor's point of view, because I edit videos and stuff like that, and looking at the way they did it, that stuff they've been working on that for months. It ain't like hey, we got our convention is coming up next week. We need to put some stuff together. That stuff was practice, and what makes me even think it's more practice how they had regular people sitting in front of their TV talking. So and they look like they're reading a teleprompter, so they done practices. They ain't just, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And Jennifer Hudson and the way they shot the angles and all that on Jennifer Hudson and all that, there's no way in the world you can just do that without knowing what you're going to do in practicing and having some type of screen script to put that together. But man, it's been great. We had history was made with Kamala Harris, first black woman to
we got to say her name right, Kamala.
Kamala. Okay, well, I'm country, so every now and then you're going to get a com and a cam.
I know.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. Is it caramel or caramel or caramel?
That's a hard one. I don't know that one either, but I say caramel.
But I say caramel.
Ooh.
That's what I'm saying. So Kamala Harris.
There you go.
And she spoke to me last night. Even though she's a woman, I'm gonna tell you why she spoke to me. She said two things. She said two things that related to me as a man. When she said she want to thank her Divine Nine brothers and sisters, and she want to thank her HBCUs. I went to a HBCU.
You sure did.
And I'm a member of the Divine Nine. So she spoke to me as well as all the women that she may have spoke to. But she didn't have to do too much speaking anyway because I'm not voting for Trump. So she could have just put her picture on TV and still got my vote. You know what I'm saying?
Please say you are rooting for Kamala because black people are killing me.
Oh yeah. See, that's our problem. You know, it's always no matter what we do or what's going on, it's always gonna be that crab in the barrel mentality.
Every time.
I don't care what it is. Oh, you can take it all the way back to Megan Thee Stallion getting shot in the foot. Why the hell did this woman got to put a picture to prove that she got shot in the foot after she told y'all she got shot in the foot?
Right.
Evidently, there's a police report somewhere where she done got shot in the foot, but don't nobody want to believe she got shot in the foot.
Yep.
What the hell? Simple, just everything. But that's us as a people. I mean, we can speak on it. It's just like they always talk about racism and how they saying we need to have a conversation. What the hell is a conversation gonna do? We've been having conversations about that for 10,000 years, and it's still there. Just sitting down and having a conversation ain't gonna do nothing. That's why I respect these young folks now, because these young folks now, they ain't playing with that thing. They back on that 1950s, 1960s stuff.
Oh yeah.
And you know what I'm saying?
These young folks, they different.
I wonder what do they call these? We had the last was the millennials and what was the millennials? What was after millennials?
There's a Gen X, the baby boomers.
Well, see, my mom was a baby boomer, so I guess I'm Generation X. I guess me and you were Generation X.
Yep.
And then you had the millennials. So what is this new crop of kids called? What they got for them?
Ooh.
I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard anything being attached to it or anything like that or put it. So I wonder what these guys are.
We're going to have to look that up.
Right.
I don't know either.
See, I'm deep like that.
Yeah, you are. That's actually a real good question. I'm looking right now.
I'm deep like that. And also, if y'all are listening right now, y'all can call into one of our favorite segments. I'm waiting for Steve to get here because I got two good ones. And Steve read crossword puzzles. I mean, he do crossword puzzles, so I know he should be able to figure out these two that I got. These are very good ones. When I heard them, I was like, oh my God, that's so simple and funny. But it's our segment, Chuckles or Knuckles.
Chuckles or Knuckles.
What Chuckles or Knuckles? And actually, Misha, I'm mad because I've recorded, so I took the segments of the Chuckles and Knuckles we did and broke them down so I can play them and people know what we're talking about. And I didn't drag them over.
Aww.
But I did drag over what I said I was going to drag over for me and Steve, and he ain't got here yet. So, but Chuckles and Knuckles is where you as a comedian, person, whatever, it don't matter. Just if you got a funny joke, if you think it's funny, you call us up at 614-781-0754. Once again, that's 614-781-0754, and you tell us your joke, and we just gonna let you know if that joke was funny. If it's funny, you're gonna get Chuckles. If it's not funny, you're gonna get Knuckles. You're gonna get hit to the ribs with these sound effects we got, and we're gonna let you know if it's not funny, it's funny or not.
And I can't wait to hear yours.
Like I said, I got two good ones. You know, I keep two under my belt.
I can't wait.
I keep two under my belt. But you know, mine is getting Chuckles, regardless, because I'm working the board. So you can hate them with all the passion. You can hate them with all the passion in your heart, and because I'm working the board, it's gonna get Chuckles. But I would accept the fact that y'all don't like it though.
Cannot wait.
Steve calling me now. I hope the fork didn't come out there.
Oh. Yep.
Let me see what's going on. What's going on, man? All right.
We are on air.
We are live on air, and he can't get in the door. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna take a comedy break, and we're gonna come back. We're gonna go get Steve in the building.
Don't go nowhere.
We're gonna be right back. This your boy Damon M. Cherry.
And I'm Misha Mish.
And here's a comedy break for you.
Cause y'all heard about what happened.
I just
Michael
texted him,
Jackson wanted to get a kid to play with his Limp Bizkit, so he could experience Nirvana, turning boys to men, making Curtis Blow, Little Bow Wow. No doubt it was corrupt enough to make Stevie wonder about the temptations of foreplay R. Kelly was having with Destiny's Child. He knew those Mary Jane girls were too young for an MC to breed with, old dirty bastard. That shit was ludicrous. They said, hey, are you loony? Are you an outcast? Them good girls are crying tears for fears from the police staying in Arrested Development till one of the brats stole Alicia's keys. Tried to escape in the SWV, it was 98 degrees. Like a heat wave, a Donna Summer, like Earth, Wind, and Fire. That's when Foxy Brown made Mariah carry Vanilla Ice through a slum village up a Cypress Hill. To quench her Orange Juice Jones, cause they was tired of drinking Wu-Tang, Brandy, and Cisco with no ice cubes. Then Eve told Anita to bake her a corn cake with red hot chili peppers. Told her to put some M&Ms in it and make Deanne Jello. Mary J. obliged. She said, y'all put some salt and pepper in it because we need some more Spice Girls, but keep it sugar free because you don't want your ass to get puffy. Cause meatloaf is what made the fat boys fat, Joe. They were smashing pumpkins in the pink pearl jam cream with a notoriously big chub rock. They were in excess and heavy, D. Well, that's when the Lost Boys found the Hot Boys kicking it with the East Siders on the far side of H-Town in the Cameo, Mob Deep on the 112 after 702 p.m. dawn. I'm glad it's night. Cuz Kid was rocking some of them genuine Rolling Stones. You know the one that Bubba Sparks? Well, that's when the Doobie Brothers rolled up, snooping around in a new edition REO Speedwagon, talking about come here, Sonny and Cher. I know y'all hauling those. He said, whoa, Nelly. Said there's a commission. He said, well, how much is it? He said 40. He said, quit whining, take 6, give him a nickel back. Well, Isaac was in the haze. Well, that's when Captain Kirk Franklin rolled in. In a Jefferson Starship, giving them an Eric Sermon, a Creed to live by. Say y'all need a new method, man. Cause y'all all in the red, man. Nocturnal, juvenile, ghetto boys with nappy roots. Common alcoholics, niggas with an attitude, with no faith, yes you do. Well, that's when a queen, a king, and the BB King was coming out of Paul's Hardcastle when the Van Halen Dixie Chicks turned to be Twisted Sisters with 9 Inch Nails. They was in the Fleetwood Mac and Missy. Erica had a bad dude. Well, that's when Duran Duran told Tony to tell Mary to tell Dr. Dre to cure. Told him zap it with a Q-tip, make it shine bright enough for Joe to see. Well, that's when Lil' Kim said hers was a Cash Money click. And for a total of $357, you could kiss her Pink Floyd from the bottom to ZZ top. Until it's simply red. But see, this is the shit that made Marvin gay. This is what made Herbie's hand cock. It's what made Louis' arm strong.
I don't know what this is gonna sound like, but this is supposed to be a Lil Wayne type sound and beat.
Okay.
And what we're gonna do, we're gonna call this, what we call it again, Stephen G?
Instant hits.
Let's see what this beat sound like. You gonna take the first verse? You want me to take
I'll take the first verse.
Okay.
And you know, I'm man.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna come in with the hook.
Okay. Oh yeah. You know how we do in the studio right now. It's comedian Stephen G. with the mind M Cherry. Check this out. That's right. You know I'm so fly. Cherry came in with a box of Popeyes chicken. And it with finger licking good. I'm telling you, I'm used to that stuff all around my hood because I smoke weed and then I get the munchies. Then I say, ooh, can I get some food, please? Like Popeyes. This is a commercial for y'all. Don't think that I can go all day on y'all. Popeyes. It was.
I don't know what this is gonna sound like, but this is supposed to be a Lil Wayne.
That's right. You back listening to comedy? Slapstick Comedy Radio. I put all 5 of my shows in one.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Oh, that was me and Jerry right there. We're just flowing for y'all a little bit. You understand me?
Hilarious.
I'm gonna come in with the hook.
I'm gonna bring it all the way back to the
What
beginning.
this is gonna sound like?
Go ahead.
This is supposed to be a Lil
Because
Wayne
we're a freestyle.
type
And
sound.
this was done in 2012, but it's still relevant.
It's
right
still
now.
relevant now.
What we call
Very.
it again, Stephen G?
I just asked, when y'all do this?
Hits. Let's see what this beat sound like. You gonna take the first verse? You want me to take
I'll
it?
take the first verse.
Okay.
And you know, I'm man.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna come in with
You
the
know
hook.
I'm man.
Oh yeah. You know,
Oh yeah. Check it out. Yeah, check this from the top.
Stephen G. with the mind M Cherry.
We ain't never heard the beat or
Check
nothing.
this out.
Never.
That's right. You know I'm so fly. Cherry came in with a box of Popeyes chicken. And it was finger licking good. I'm telling you, I'm used to that stuff all around my hood because I smoke weed and then I get the munchies. Then I say, ooh, can I get some food, please? Like Popeyes. This is a commercial for y'all. Don't think that I can go all day on ya. Popeyes. It was looking fresh with them big old legs and with them big old breasts. I ate one in a hard ass biscuit, but that was alright. The microwave softened it up, kid. That went fresh together like that. I'll say 100,000 rhymes in one breath. On the microphone, I do my thing all day. Eat some Popeye chickens and that stuff was okay.
Yeah, it don't stop, it takes a ticking. My man is chilling with the Popeye's chicken. The clock keeps ticking, my mind keeps ripping. The girls are in this world, you know they be tripping. Country folks be dipping tobacco in their mouth. Do what they do, cause they coming from the south.
Yeah.
That's what we talk about. We make an instant hit. Cherry Stephen G with this banging ass shit. This a Lil Wayne beat.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
That's right.
It's about to be time to go and fly your kite because the weather's gonna change.
Come on.
I'm telling you, man.
Do it.
It's gonna be like this. So here we go again. I say, yeah.
With that Popeye chicken, and you know I be cooking my own in the kitchen. I get a whole chicken and cut it up, flour it, put it in the grease and stuff, and then I fry it on low, or maybe medium. But that's alright, cause I don't want the stuff to be burned. Just like my sister, she burns stuff all the time. I hope she ain't listening to this burned chicken rap, cause she do
It's burnt chicken.
Yes.
Don't
that's what she
burn
do.
your chicken. Keep it fried right.
Medium heat, it be all night.
And if you ain't got that, put it under the red light. Keep
And
it fresh.
freeze it, keep it fresh. And whoever come over, tell them you want some chicken, and it might be old, and it might be cold, but you'll get fooled up, your belly be swole.
Listen, man, I'm really gonna tell you, clean up the chicken or you might get salmonella.
In your tummy tum. That's right, boy, that stuff ain't yummy, y'all. Not for you, you go to the hospital, and they be
And it's
looking at you
studio
like,
length.
You're sick, huh?
It's studio length.
And then you
No
throw
doubt.
it
You put it on
up
SoundCloud.
everywhere.
Show
And you
enough.
say, I ain't gonna do this stuff no more here.
Yeah, you went for yours, I went for mine. So now I grab the mic and start rapping like Snoop Lion. Yeah, rah rah, like a dungeon dragon. This alright because you know they're just a wagon. It's going down the trail, making up the shit. Me and Steven G just made an instant damn hit.
Yep.
You can get this shit from me for $5. On this corner up here at the shop is going Homer. Yeah.
And we holler the next time we bust an instant hit and do these cold lines. No
Yeah.
mistaking, boy, no faking, and we taking it right to the top, and you know we ain't faking it.
Man, that just
I
came
ain't
out.
Instant
mad.
hit, man, instant hit, y'all.
Instant hit.
That was 8 years ago.
That was 8 years ago, man.
Damn, I ain't even mad at y'all. That turned out all right.
I mean, goodness gracious.
That was just straight in the studio. We just on the mic like we sitting here right now.
Yeah, just clowning.
just
It
clowning.
and Cherry bought the Popeye chicken,
Yeah, that nigga saw that box and
and I went wow. I went ew when I seen the box. Like, oh my God, you got all white meat too.
right.
Perfect. That's perfect.
You ain't get the 47-piece dark like the niggas get. You know, give me the 57-piece dark for
Right.
$8.
No.
Give me that. You know, no, we all white meat.
Yeah.
Right.
Y'all like white meat?
Well,
I
you
can,
know.
I can eat any piece. I don't care for
Me
thighs.
too.
But I can
you
eat
know.
any piece. If I got preference, I'm going white.
Like white
Yeah.
folks like fried chicken too. They just go to Cane's and was it Chick-fil-A?
Yep.
Right.
All that is white meat.
Yep.
You still like fried chicken?
Yeah.
Right.
It's fried chicken. It's just breast. It's no meat, no skin. You know, skinless.
Yep.
You know.
Well,
What was you gonna say?
I know. I
Jerry?
was say growing up, I knew a white lady that was her fried chicken was better than some black folks fried chicken ever. Man.
Oh my God, my white friend's mama, she would ask me to eat with them. Like, Stevie, they won't eat unless you come and eat with them. She was the sweetest white lady in, oh my God, in the whole world.
Right.
And I know she's passed away now because she was old when I was young. You know,
Yeah,
I was a
yeah.
kid, and that was my friend's mama, their grandmother, and so she raised them. I don't know where their mother was, but she raised them, and she would ask me to eat dinner with them because they wouldn't eat unless I ate with them. So,
Right.
yeah, that was one of the nicest white women I've ever met. People.
Right.
Period. She was just white.
And
She was one of the nicest
She had
persons.
that good food.
Oh, and she could cook.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what. That's what's up.
Like,
right
Grandma,
there.
you can call me over anytime.
Right. But
Yeah, she could cook. God rest her soul. I know she's passed by now. I know she is.
And Steve, we already went in on some topics, but we got Eddie Bryant's gonna call in a minute. But I got two good ones for you this week.
You got two good
I
ones?
got two good chuckles and knuckles.
He couldn't wait for you.
And
to
like I
get here.
told
chuckles and
and like I told Misha, I know you do crossword puzzles.
Yeah, all
So,
the time.
so I'm looking for you to figure these two out.
Yeah.
But I'm not looking for you to figure them out.
yeah.
I'm looking for you to figure them out, but I'm not looking for you to
He
figure
might
them
have
out.
to see him on paper because he see him on paper. He like, oh, that
That's
he was
this.
shocking me. Yeah, I'm like, damn, I don't know none of them answers.
Right. But, man, I'm trying to find my.
I got that from my daddy. He's a quite an intellectual.
I thought I had-
And, you know,
I thought I had a chuckles and knuckles thing, but I guess I don't. But these are my two chuckles and knuckles for you, Steve.
Go ahead.
When I heard these, I immediately started thinking about you and crossword puzzles because
Did you?
just the way that they format it. When I heard them, they are great. And this for you, Misha, if you can figure it out. But y'all already know I got chuckles, so no matter how y'all feel.
I know. We don't care if we beat you down or not. You gonna my own stuff.
I already got the button ready. But here we go.
Okay.
This is chuckles and knuckles. Y'all let me know if it's funny or not.
Can't wait.
What do you call a sleepwalking nun?
Sleepwalking nun.
I know it's something corny too.
It is.
No, it's not. It's not.
It's a sleepwalking nun. A dream catcher. No. A sleepwalking nun. I've never seen this in a crossword puzzle.
No, but I'm just saying the crossword context. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand. I mean, a sleepwalking nun.
I already know I'm not gonna figure it out.
I like the way you think about it. I can tell you really thinking about it. I like
Sleepwalking nun.
you give up.
A something dream something.
No, when I say it, you can be like, oh.
I know.
Yeah, because it's goofy. See?
Yeah.
All
No,
right.
it ain't gonna be goofy. You just gonna be like, oh.
Let me. What is it? I can't figure.
A
it.
sleepwalking nun would be a Roman Catholic.
Yeah. A Roman Catholic. Okay. All right. Well, Roman doesn't have anything to do with being asleep. You can be awake in Roman.
Right, but but still Roman Catholic. You know
No,
what I'm
Roman
saying?
Catholic.
Right,
That, hey.
I would have never figured that one out.
People in Italy would have broke. Oh, my God. They'd laugh so hard. Bust a gut. Are we in Italy right now? They're in Italy right now.
That's an Italian woman laughing right there.
That's an Italian woman laughing right there. Voulez-vous que je fasse un chocolat? S'il vous plaît.
So that is Chuckles and Knuckles. I got one more. And if you out there listening, you got a Chuckles and Knuckles, hit us up. We
Come
need
on, hit
these.
us
Yeah.
up.
614-781-0754.
781-0754. Call us.
And here go my second one.
Here's the
Easy.
second one.
This one is so easy that I'm gonna be mad at y'all if y'all don't get
the
this one.
Roman nun was it. Yeah,
If
right.
y'all don't get this one, I'm gonna be really mad. What kind of teeth can you get for $1?
What kind of teeth
Can you get for $1?
$1?
Fake teeth.
No. No. What kind of teeth can you get for $1?
Fake.
Damn, why am I thinking George Washington and wooden teeth? But that would be more than $1 for the wood in your mouth. What kind of teeth can you get for $1? Cent, something cent. 100%. Yeah, I'm close, ain't I?
I mean, nah.
No. Well, why the?
I mean, it's got something to do with money, but you.
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
Right.
I'm sure it does.
But you left field. You left
Penny.
field. I'm gonna go and tell you that.
Okay, my brain ain't working this morning.
The type
What?
of teeth you can get for $1 is buck teeth.
Oh, wow. Hell.
No. We got to stay off the internet. We got to stay off the internet with these jokes.
I was about to spit my drink
But
out.
these
Coming up with these jokes.
I'm getting these from people, dog. These are
you?
people shooting these at me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. These are the jokes that you cannot say on stage.
Cannot.
No one will get it.
Let's see who's calling in.
The crowd participation will be like 0. They'll be like, go on with your jokes.
That's right, Carl. You called in the Slapstick Comedy Radio. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hello? Caller. I hear dial tone.
I don't know. The phone got to be working because we definitely was playing around with it earlier.
Yeah,
So,
and well,
hopefully they'll call back. Or maybe they heard you. Maybe they heard you was talking and didn't think they was gonna get in or whatever. But call back. But yeah, man. Since we got you here now, we was talking about the DNC last night with history being made with
of course, Kamala.
Kamala. She didn't already corrected me, Kamala, because I was saying Kamala.
No, it's Kamala.
Kamala.
But that's what I was asking. Do you say caramel or do you say caramel or do you say caramel? What do you say?
I say how it's pronounced, caramel.
See, told
Yep.
you it's caramel.
I said caramel.
It's caramel, actually.
Well, you know I'm country, man. You know.
I know shit. Silly.
So it's caramel.
Caramel.
But Kamala, I gotta get used to saying that Kamala.
Kamala.
Look, I'm trying to say it right, wrong.
Pamela, like Pamela or Pamela is Pamela. It's Kamala.
And her kid's called Mamala.
Mamala, yeah.
That's right, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from? You listen to Slapstick Comedy Radio.
Hello?
Man, we can't be going through this again.
Oh, wow. That's the second call that died.
It's gotta be 82 probably.
Okay, call my cell phone then. No,
See, that's what we was trying earlier. At cord, I told you I got it.
I can't get my number out.
We can barely hear it through that cord, but it does work. It just ain't working loud enough.
Oh, come on.
Some of my exes will be calling.
Actually,
what have you been doing?
Call me. She didn't make sure it ain't the line. So call on through. But yeah, man, a lot of stuff been going on, man.
A lot of stuff going down, bro.
A lot of stuff going on, man.
He said it keeps hanging up.
Your boy, yeah, go ahead and call still, Mission. Your boy, he trying to not let you get your mail-in vote, and it's crazy because I got a thing in the mail the other day asking me if I wanted to do mail-in vote, if I wanted to do that. So, but I'm just gonna take my time and stand in line. But I'm gonna go early enough in the morning before people go to work. So,
yeah. 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
whenever the polls open.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for that crank.
I think it would be better for everyone to, like, if you can, to get there as early as possible.
Right.
I mean, Michelle has been saying, pack your lunch and your dinner if you need to.
Right.
And some comfortable shoes.
That's right, caller. This is Slapstick Comedy Radio. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hello.
Oh yeah, I don't know what that is. If your phone,
Okay, if your phone's working and you got through, then what's the problem with the other callers?
Right. But I don't know. I'm ready to vote. I mean, I vote for. I need to get better at the local things. I have voted local, but not every time. I need to get better at the local voting. But when it comes to that main thing, I've been voting for about the last ever since I went to K-State. And what I was telling Misha earlier is that even though Kamala's a black female, she spoke to me last night in something that she said because she
Kamala. You want to call her Camel so bad. Kamala.
Kamala, she when she said that about her AKAs and her HBCU members in the Divine Nine, so she spoke to me because I'm in the Divine Nine.
Well, she went to HBCU, her personal self.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. So as a black male, she touched me right there. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, she didn't have to say anything else. That right there got me. But she was so soft and she didn't. I like the fact that she didn't even bring up Trump for like one half of a time. And
yeah.
But Obama, that nigga went hard last night.
Yes, he did.
I don't think it was Obama. I think it was what's the oldest daughter name? I think she wrote that speech.
Sasha?
Yeah, Sasha wrote that speech, man. That was on some straight. Either that or Rick Ross, or he pulled up some old Tupac or something.
Well, I let Sasha write it. Right. And Malia, she fact checked it.
I don't like what they're saying about. First, I got into it with a lady the other night because she kept calling Michelle Obama a man. That shit was pissing me off. And then they said Obama's gay and Sasha and Malia is not their daughters. I don't know why that pisses me off so bad.
Well, he's not American. He's not American either, though.
Yeah.
That's what they said.
Races are also antagonists.
And it's a black woman that was saying
They're trying to antagonize you to get you mad. Like, what racism? What? What do you mean? That's antagonizing.
Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Caller.
Yeah,
What's the world?
He might roam around and he might go to Google and search payphones and
Or something.
try to find a payphone. Or if you're in the room with somebody else that has to use their phone or something, something ain't happening. But what was you saying, Steve? I know you probably lost your train of thought. But what was you saying?
When?
Just what we were just talking about. Well, let me segue. How's the house hunting going?
House hunting is going well. I'm in contingency now.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up.
They accepted our offer, me and my wife's offer.
Yep.
So
Let's try this again. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? And you listen to Slapstick Comedy Radio.
caller.
We need to get a text line.
Can we call out?
Not long distance, I don't think. I think it can only call local. Yeah, we ain't got the long distance plan.
Doing your own problems.
We ain't got the Stan and Martin plan where you can just call anybody. But yeah, man.
Yeah, that was television.
Yeah, we ain't got that. But yeah, man, it's crazy, man. So just everybody out there, if you haven't registered to vote, I think the deadline is coming up pretty soon where you can't vote. But I mean, I know there's people not registered to vote, but I honestly in my mind want to say who in the hell ain't registered to vote. But I know there's people
Felons,
not.
and if
Right.
you're a felon, check and see because you are eligible after a certain period of time.
And in Kentucky, the new Democratic Attorney General, not the Attorney General, whoever, the governor, I think he's pardoning that in Kentucky. So actually, if you're a felon in Kentucky, you should be able to vote.
Oh, wow. They are. I remember it used to be a year or so.
Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? You listen to Slapstick Comedy Radio. It just hung up, I can tell.
Caller.
Yeah, tell him.
WTMH's line.
It ain't
somebody's line. I don't
WTMH.
understand
Your call went through. Your
is
call
going
came
on.
straight through. And if Tina call and get through, then yeah, it's
all good.
It
but
can't. I don't know.
Will you try your phone,
we having technical difficulties here.
please?
Here.
Oh, you
Call
gotta
it.
get your screen on together. This is live radio. We doing technical difficult issues on live radio.
On live radio.
But yeah, the RNC, like I was telling Misha, I don't think the RNC,
Republican National Conference.
theirs is not gonna be the same
Congress.
because they had, like I was telling Misha, you can tell that this stuff was done. Those packages that they put together was done ahead of time,
Oh, of
Practiced
course.
and everything.
practice and everything.
Rehearsed. Yeah. Sure.
Rehearsed.
Okay, let's see. Right now.
Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Yeah. Uh-huh. What?
I think you hung up too.
I hung up. It hung up before I even said anything.
Yeah.
Just hit that re button again. I don't know what's going on, man. I hope we ain't going through that. What curry you got?
I got Sprint.
Well, Sprint, T-Mobile. I got T-Mobile. I hope we ain't going through that again. What you working with over there? Steve probably got Verizon. Steve probably got Verizon. Or something.
I don't. This is Sprint.
What up, Steve? What up?
What's up? Can you hear me?
No, I just heard it click. I just heard it hang up.
It did it on its own, didn't it?
Yeah.
I can hear.
That's
it.
what I'm
I
saying.
can hear
That's
it.
WTMH's line.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
yeah,
hanging up
right.
on people as soon as they call in.
Well, let's just pray that it don't hang up on Tina, man. That's the.
Man, let's pray that. Because
Let's-
it's
let's pray
answering
that,
and hanging
yeah.
up, fuck you.
'Cause we
Real
get,
fast and people can't even get through. I mean, come on now.
Yeah, because once I hit up IT and we get that done again, like I said, it'd be so many people here touching stuff. Ain't no telling what they got touched.
Yeah, this is
George came here last time and he switched something and went back there and started working. I forgot he said he did something over here and I don't know what he did.
You should have watched them.
Yeah.
I wasn't even here when he did it. I just told him about it. I reported it.
Yeah, we gotta figure this out.
People are steady calling in.
Yeah.
Now I think we're good now. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? You listen to Slapstick Comedy Radio.
This is your boy Eddie Bryant.
Okay.
Eddie
man.
Hey,
Bryant.
Eddie.
What'd you just do different, man?
Yeah. Tell us.
Call from my Google Voice number.
Oh yeah. So well, actually, can you turn yourself up a little bit? Because we
Yes.
can't hear you.
Yeah, we can hardly hear you.
How's that?
There you
A
go.
lot better.
You sound like you sound like you had to go hide somewhere. You was gonna get in trouble for talking. That's how you were sounding at first.
Oh, my bad.
Like you was in the closet and then you came out.
Yeah.
What was
I'm all the way. I ain't never in the closet.
We know that's right.
That's right. I'm a full-blown lesbian. I'm trans. Yeah.
A transvestite and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the main one.
Eddie, you crazy.
All right, if y'all just tuned in, that voice you're hearing is comedian Eddie Bryant. What's going on, fam?
Everything good, Shawty. Staying out the way in this crazy world right now.
Right.
What's going on with y'all? Thanks for having me on.
Thank you.
We got to tell people if they can't get through, they got to use. Well, you said you used the Google phone.
Yeah, I use the Google number.
Okay, we got.
Oh wow, and got through that way.
So most people got a Google number. They got a side chick. That's the side chick phone.
Yeah, that certainly is. But call in on the side chick phone. That's the one that's getting in.
You better not get these women on social media your real number. You crazy?
You can't do it.
Give them a Google number.
Yeah.
They can't. Huh?
You'll be laying in the bed with your woman and they'll call.
Man, you know that.
Shit, I give women my fax number at my job.
Yeah, you still got a fax number?
Well, you know the jobs. The jobs got one. The jobs are still faxing. So when she calls, she getting the she getting that.
Yeah, all that.
You got a component set too?
Nah. I don't know where they got the job. I just know they still. I know the average jobs are still faxing. They emailing and faxing. The fax.
He said, "Do you have a component set?"
I don't even know what's the component set. If the component set is some side chick stuff, I need that.
No, the old school component set. You know the stereo.
With the TV in
with the everything. The component set that your mama had.
No, well, we didn't call.
Tell him, Eddie. We didn't
call it that. We called it that thing up front. That's what my mama always said. That thing up front. I never.
A
component set. Oh, it's gonna be some smoke.
Get all work. If you mess that component set up, you punished for the summer.
That's right. And that glass to the component set better be clean.
Better be clean.
But do y'all remember? On the component set when it went from 8-track to the tape? You had the tape adapter.
Well, they had both of them.
You had the tape adapter, and you put the tape inside the 8-track. You put the 8-track in.
Exactly. They had both of them.
I remember. My mom had an Escort with one of them in there.
With the 8-track and the Escort?
Yep.
Hey, but that's crazy. My homie he had a Cadillac. This when everybody was tricking out Cadillacs with the gold Daytons and all that. He had a Cadillac and it still had the 8-track in it. But for whatever reason, however he did it, the component thing that I was just telling you about that you plug in with the 8-track, he had a Snoop Dogg 8-track. It's like it was recorded on the 8-track, not the actual tape with the thing. I don't know how but he was a DJ. But he was a DJ, so I don't know how the hell he did that. You could ride in that car and listen to Snoop Dogg on 8-track.
Oh, yeah, DJs always hooking.
Yeah, they know how to do it.
You never know.
Right. So what's been going on with you, fam, since we've been in this whole COVID thing? You know what I'm saying? How the comedy been working for you? You a Zoom comedian now?
Man, I've been holding on. You know, I'm blessed to say that I dropped my first comedy album.
Right.
Okay.
Live in D.C.
Beautiful.
I produced it myself. It was 100% mine. I ain't signed to no record labels. Artists doing things by artists for artists. You know what I mean? So people can go to my website, grab the joint. It's only, well, you know, because me and Misha was talking about, you know, the way the game's set up. You know, it's set up for the artists not to really make no money unless they got some get up and go.
Right.
So, you know, people can go to my website. They can get the album for free, actually, if they buy a pair of my custom socks.
Right.
I got some socks to go with the album.
Oh, okay. I might check that out. Check that out myself.
Yeah, the T-shirt, everything.
So that's
ingenious. That's ingenious, bro.
So that's the only way they can get this through the website?
Yeah, well, I got 4 tracks on all the streaming platforms, you know, because if they just don't want to spend no bread and they really want to check out some of the tracks.
Right.
I got 4 tracks on iTunes, Tidal, Spotify, Pandora, Google, was it Google Play,
Yeah, right,
Amazon Music, and all the other streaming platforms. You know, and you can go on there and just add me to your playlist. But you're not getting the entire album. You're
Right.
getting 4 joints.
Right,
If
right,
you want the
right.
whole joint, come see.
Yes, yeah.
Great marketing.
Indeed.
So how did you did you upload through what do you use, DistroKid, or you just put them all on there separate?
Yeah. I use DistroKid for distribution.
Right.
For the 4 tracks.
Yeah, cause I'm
And other content, because I got like a podcast we're about to drop in a week called Non-Toxic Masculinity. And it is a platform in which men can get together and we can discuss issues and how to better ourselves in this day right now. We're in the middle of a lot of cancel culture, a lot of black women feeling like, you know, the men are not present for them and everything like that. And I think that they're letting the minority speak for the majority.
Right.
You know, I don't know a lot of black men today, personally, that I know, that are not taking care of their kids. I don't know any, per se.
That's good.
I don't know any black fathers that, you know, all my homies that's married, they in the relationship, they present, you know. So I don't know about, and who knows what's going on behind closed doors, but I just don't see that.
Right.
And so we were just having a whole bunch of conversations about really staying as black men and try to figure out how do we hold each other accountable, how do we uplift each other, how do we offer solutions to people who just might not know any solutions to their current circumstances. And we created a platform to discuss those things. So Non-Toxic Masculinity is the name of the new podcast that we dropped.
oh, that's what's up.
That's a beautiful thing because a lot of black men think that you're a sucker if you give propers to another black man. And it's so silly.
Right.
It's so silly.
Yeah.
And usually, bruh, it's another cold dude who give propers to a cold dude. You know, it seems like I can give propers to you, like we two cold motherfuckers. That's a cold motherfucker right there. But if a nigga ain't got no talent, it seems like he hate on somebody with some.
Right.
Yeah, and see that's that displaced anger, and they don't know necessarily how to necessarily come up. And a lot of that stems from, you know, that hole in your chest because your daddy wasn't there.
Right.
And so, you know, we're gonna have to address that issue and figure out how to fill that hole in your chest so that you can be a better contribution to our community rather than hinder.
Sure.
Right.
How to channel your anger. Yeah, the right way to channel your anger. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't got no more time to be playing.
Right.
Some days is done.
Yeah. So Eddie, I know you had a chance to work with Dick Gregory. What was that like?
Oh my goodness. Rest in peace, Dick Gregory.
Yes.
Right.
The first, so of course I went to see him, you know, in the comedy clubs like everybody else, and I saw him tape his episode on Martin Lawrence's First Amendment, and we got a brief chance to introduce myself to him, you know. And then I was doing this business venture with this club. It was called the Riot Act, and it was opening up in downtown D.C. at the time. Me and my partner, Lamont King, and I were doing a promotion for the show that we were producing. And in walks Dick Gregory. We're coming out of a meeting, he's walking in. And so he decided to sit there and chop it up with us for about 3 hours. And it was just us in the room. And man, he just imparted a lot of wisdom and knowledge that gave us insight to the type of person that he was, because he's a constant visionary, you know.
And very adamant,
coming down the pipeline.
Yeah.
You know, and so he was giving us game about what's going on right now. Now, if you go back, you know, he was like, "It's over." That's basically what he was saying. He's like, "This is over. Hug your mama, get your mama and them together, because this is over."
Yeah.
Now, I'm slow. I'm thinking he's talking about the club.
And not at all was he talking about the club.
Yeah, not the club. America is over.
Mm-hmm.
Barack was on his way out, and you know Trump was on his campaign kick, and he was like, you know, it's about to be over. So do what you gotta do, and you know, he definitely imparted a lot of wisdom in that conversation. And then we had a chance. They were doing tribute shows for him, leading up to him getting the star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Oh man, yeah. Speak on that.
So I don't know if you guys been to D.C. There's this street called Georgia Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same street where Howard University is on.
Right.
And it's like a black mecca, and you got all these black businesses up and down Georgia Avenue and that
Chili
community.
Bowl.
And Miss Wanda is a woman on that community. She owns a salon, a barber shop, a couple of other things, a beauty school, a couple of other things. Miss Wanda's a big, always been a supporter of mine. I've always supported her. And she was doing something with Dick Gregory. She's like, I need you to be a part of it. And she had us come in, and I actually got a chance to perform in front of him. And he had never seen me perform. And then after I performed, then it got really, really cool, whereas he would always impart a lot of support and encouragement in what we were doing.
Sure. Back in the day, I did a commercial with Dick Gregory for United Way. It was like back in the early 90s. And
Wow.
And I got to tell you, I've been a Muslim since I was 15 years old. I accepted Islam at 15. And so when I did this commercial with him, the first thing I said when I met him was, Assalamu alaikum, brother. And he said, you come here. And he told me to come here, and we talked. And I tell his nephew this all the time, that me and his uncle had the most profound conversation about Imam Isa. If anybody from New York knows anything about Imam Isa or Dr. York, we had a profound conversation about Dr. York, or as I know him, Imam Isa, Al-Hajj Al-Imam Isa Al-Hadi Al-Mahdi. That's how I know Dr. York. Now, if you listen to Prodigy and those guys, those rappers, young rappers from New York, they know him as Dr. York. But Dick Gregory and myself had an hour conversation. They were asking us, okay, it's time to shoot the next scene. And we're back, and he's telling them, no, wait, I'm talking. And so we went for about, 30 good minutes, and they were waiting on us to just stop huddling up and talk. When he saw that I was a young brother who was into Islam and whose third eye was open, he just absolutely, oh my God, it was crazy. The conversation was crazy.
That's how he is, you know what I mean? But don't get it twisted.
Right.
You can't walk up on him.
Yeah.
You can't walk up on him. One time, after I done did all of that, right? We did the show for him, did all of that. I saw him in a restaurant. I was leaving out. He was sitting down at dinner. I just, hey, Baba Gregory, how's your mama, nigga? I said,
Yeah.
You know what?
That's him.
My bad.
That is him. You can't
How's your
approach him
mama?
at just any given time now.
Yeah. He gonna give it to you.
He'll go in on you. Yes, he would.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of stuff about him.
That's the thing. You need elders in this community
Yeah.
that will
check you right
impart
away.
that information to you.
Uh-huh.
You know, you got to sit there and you must take it in.
Yep.
Don't say nothing. Ain't nothing you can say. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing worth saying. Just take it in. And, do your best to do your part when it's your time to impart that information to the next generation.
Right.
So he I know his daughter Ayana. They're all heavy in the community here in DC, and their family has always been around, and so it's like, I mean, he's a giant. You know what I mean? When you talk
Sure.
about being at the top of your comedy game, and you damn near retire just to be a part of the movement. You know what I mean? And making that sacrifice for the people, because you know today's comedian is like, nah, I need to get in this white club.
Oh yeah, that's a Muhammad Ali move he did.
Man, I was just thinking that in my
You know what I
head.
mean?
You beat me to
I
it.
gotta get in this white club. I ain't got time to be messing with y'all niggas. Y'all, you know, you know, we didn't necessarily come from that. You know what I mean? So when you have a giant like that, you know, we have a responsibility to honor them by being better, so that we can make it better for the people that's coming behind us.
Yeah, that's how we lift them up. That's how we lift our elders
That's how
up.
we lift them up. That's right.
That certainly is true, bro. I mean, you know, I don't know why or how or when it happened, but we stopped honoring our elders and respecting our elders. These young kids are running around and they'll just cuss, smoke, slap an elder. They would just, oh my God.
Anything, everything.
Any and everything. I mean,
Or put out a hip hop album. And I don't know. I don't need to study my history. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I don't have to have homage for anybody or pay homage. It's like that now.
I don't, with the cancel culture, I don't know if I should say what I want to say.
Say it.
All right. Black man, you need to go home and raise your kids. Period. Responsibility is yours.
That's right.
Child out here acting a fool because you are not present.
Right.
Black man, the days of acting like pimps and trying to pimp our community, pimp our women, and all of that got to go. That whole mentality has to go. The crack epidemic broke our family structure all to be damned.
Right.
You know what I mean? We one generation from it.
And guess who are the new pimps? Guess who are the new pimps, bruh? These young boys, these young kids who only see mommy as they mommy pimps.
Right.
Hey, mommy. They 18, 19, 20. Yep. Talking about mommy.
But let me ask everybody.
But where they daddy at?
That's why they talking about mommy. Give me this and give me that.
Yep.
They're mommy pimps.
Yep.
But let me ask y'all, like I was asking Misha earlier. Everybody's on here that we know about the baby boomers, and we're Gen X, and then you got the millennials. What we was trying to figure out what are they calling this new generation? What's their name? What's their
moniker? I don't know. I don't know what their moniker would be.
That's the same thing me and Misha was saying. We like we don't know what they
mommy pimp.
They haven't tagged these folks.
Everybody's young people are pimping their mama.
Listen, I love the young people. I sit with the young people. I work with them. I love them. I like their creative. I like their attitude.
Yeah, well, we can't help but to love them, bro, because they're us.
Yeah, I can't dog them. You know what I mean? They ain't nothing but a reflection of us.
That's it.
So anything that you see that we don't like, we need to look to ourselves.
Yep.
That's why the responsibility lies ultimately with the father. Because you left this woman out there to raise that kid the best she can, and that's what you got. You didn't do nothing to it. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't there to help that child grow and give him the things he needs to be a better person. You know what I mean? It
All
got
right.
tough. You roll out. Go try it again with another family. Roll out from that.
Roll out from that.
Guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we didn't necessarily stand on our square. And with crack, it just broke our family structure all the way up. All our morals and all of that is just all over the place. So we got to get back to a nice moral standard and
love your children first over the woman.
Yeah.
Because I've seen a lot of, bruh, you've seen, and I know you have too. I'm 55 years old, and I've seen a lot of men leave once the relationship was over, it was like, fuck you and those kids.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what happened to me.
I don't care about, if we're not together anymore, then I don't care about the kids either.
Yep.
I mean, that's a rotten piece of philosophy right there.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is.
So ultimately, it's our responsibility to get that back. We can't legislate that. We can't, expect government to do things. We just can't. You know what I mean? Ultimately, that responsibility lies with us.
It lies with us.
And we got to do something about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and I agree. Totally. I agree totally, bro. Oh, my God. Thank you for shedding light.
Yeah. Thank you, Eddie. I'm so glad you called in.
Eddie, thank you so much for shedding light on some situations that brothers need to hear. And it might be hard to hear something or hard to take. You know, sometimes constructive criticism is hard to take.
Yeah. And you know, before I get out of here, we got to say this. When we're trying to get right, when we're working to get right, we have to be accepted back into the home. You know what I mean?
That's number one.
Just sit up there and spite. Oh, you know, that's what you get, or I'm gonna use this child support against you, and all of that old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Even when he's a good man.
You gotta be able to forgive, because none of us are beyond reproach. You know,
Nobody.
Everybody makes mistakes.
Sure.
Not just the man. Everybody makes mistakes. So ultimately, it's our responsibility. But you know, we have to be in a situation where we have to learn to forgive ourselves and each other. You know what I mean? And when we're able to do that, we can get this community in a better situation. We can get on our money. You know what I mean? In this country, we got to get on our money. And when we get on our money, all these conditions that we're going through in our community, all that's going out the window.
Yeah. Well, I think it's like, do you remember, well, this is biblical, but do you remember when Moses set the children of Israel free? Do you remember what the Bible says? The land of milk and honey was only a 3-day journey, but it took them 40 years.
40 years.
40 years walking around in the wilderness. I think that's like what black people are in today.
Yeah.
We could come together and solve our problems in 3 days.
Right.
But it's taking us 40 years.
It's taking us 40 years.
It's taking us 400 years.
That's what I was about to say. It's taking us 400.
A little bit more, 400 years. We're just walking in circles and we don't even see it.
Right.
Yeah.
No unity. We're going to get there. Yeah, but just like what happened back then, though. But what happened, Eddie, what happened back then? The people, the disbelievers or the fence straddlers and all those people, God said, you got to go first. You got to die off before I can send these people. And it wasn't even Moses who led them in. It was Joshua.
Right.
So the young people are going to have to lead us in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think we're going to, you know, I think we're going in a better, in a decent direction. Like I said, I look at my circle of folks, and you know, nobody's perfect, but we're getting better.
Yeah.
And you know, we're working towards being better.
Yeah, we are. It's just unity. We have a problem with unity. We are not racist against anybody except for our own selves. We will go.
Can't be racist, bro.
We
can't be racist.
Discriminatory. How about that? Discriminatory. How about that word?
No. Who don't? Who don't discriminate? I don't like ketchup. I don't like, you know, I don't like mayo on my. I mean, everybody got preference. That's human nature.
Well, I'm talking about the power of the dollar. As far as the power of the dollar and where we spend it at and how we spend it as groups of people. Black people spend their money everywhere and anywhere. Last with us, with each other.
That's not, okay. Yeah, all you got to do is give black people an opportunity to spend the money with you. All you got to do is give them the opportunity to do it.
Okay, but do you see other ethnic groups in black businesses eating, buying, anything like that? Because usually when we have a business, it's catered toward us. But when other people have business come to our neighborhood, hey, they want money out of our pockets.
Right.
Yeah.
And get it very easily because we don't discriminate.
No, we don't. No. By and large, we don't necessarily live like that.
No, we don't.
I mean, we're gonna just go with what we like.
Yes.
Now, with spending the money in the black community, everybody just needs to get on a square and actually start a business.
Yeah,
Yep.
say that. Say that part.
Yep.
Yeah.
So before we can say we're not gonna spend no money with, where the business at? And I don't mean, you know,
The chicken joint.
Everybody get some sea moss, and then you got a sea moss there. I got sea moss.
Yeah.
And all no, I need you to make toilet tissue. I need you to make toothpaste. I need you to make diapers.
Right.
I need you to make stuff that we use every day, that we're gonna spend the money on anyway.
I agree.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that way, you just created a situation where they have an opportunity to support you because you are fulfilling a need.
Yeah, you're there. You're there. I mean, do we not have black women who do nails and toes? We.
I know black women that do the nails, but they don't be doing the toes.
My girl,
Okay.
my girl, she
Okay.
do nails, toes, tips, flips, whips. She do it all.
Yeah, but see, I bet she's not lacking for work though.
But I put it to you like this: she it's more of a. I keep telling her to do it full time, but it's more of a side hustle to her. She family, friends, instead of just. Well, I'm like, man, if you just go and devote yourself to it and gone, you know what I'm saying? Cause
And
you
get a building.
You good,
and get people and train them.
right. And she got a good website and all that, but it just.
The process.
Website, you don't even need all that. You think them nail shops got websites?
No, they don't.
Well, she
We'll just walk into a Korean one, Eddie. We would just walk into one.
But the Korean business owner just created an opportunity for you to walk in. They already just said, okay, I'm gonna put my business here. I'm gonna open up shop. Here on my sign, doors open, and boom.
Yeah, and white people and Mexicans and no one else is in there though. Not even other Asians.
When they put that fish in the water, they killed the game. When they put the fish to eat your feet, they killed the game.
Eat your dead skin off your feet.
They killed the game.
Yeah.
But man, we can go on all night long talking about this Black History thing,
Oh, my
man.
God.
We gotta get Eddie on
We
the.
gotta get you back on
Yes,
the
we
show.
do. Yes, we do.
I'm gonna hit you back tonight so we can plan it. But Eddie, I got a message for you because Tina Graham, she's actually been trying to call us, but I told her we were chatting with you, and she sent a message. She said, "Please tell Eddie I said hello."
Hey, who is that?
Tina Graham.
Tina Graham. Oh, Aunt Tina. Hey,
Yeah, I'm Tina. New York City.
Right.
Yeah.
So
yeah, all of us. You hear me?
Miss New York.
So if people want to get in contact with you and they want to get.
Tina Graham is also another giant in this business.
Oh, sure she is.
Most definitely.
Sure she is. Overlooked.
Yeah, but she was fearless. She fought for talent, and she was one of those people that, Hollywood get off on telling you you're not good enough. She's like, nah, you good enough. You good enough. You good enough. Even this is before followers and all of that.
Yeah, and she was trying to make a venue for us.
The merit of your work.
So that's.
Yeah, I love me some
she's a
Tina.
queen.
Yeah, she is.
So if people want to get in contact with you, Mr. Brown, how can they get in contact with you? How can they get that album? What's the name of the album? How can they get that from you again?
The name of the album is Eddie Bryant Live in D.C. You can go to The Eddie Bryant Show, TheEddieBryantShow.com for all things Eddie Bryant, man. TheEddieBryantShow.com. I really appreciate y'all for having me.
Yeah, we're gonna have you
No
back.
doubt about it, bro.
Tell
No doubt
everybody,
about
if
it.
they buy the socks, you get the album for free. Add both of them to the cart, use the promo code.
All right, that's what's up,
Y'all
man.
heard it here. TheEddieBryan.com.
Me.
Yes.
TheEddieBryantShow.com.
TheEddieBryanShow.com.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
That's what's up, man. We appreciate you having you on, fam. Like you said, we're gonna get you back in and we're gonna do this thing for the whole time.
Hey, God bless you real good,
Thank
bro.
y'all.
I love you,
Sure.
Eddie.
Appreciate you, fam.
Appreciate y'all. Thank
That's
you.
right.
Peace.
Peace.
That's
No
right.
doubt.
And
Peace
we're
out.
gonna go into a small comedy break until we get Tina on the line.
Women are thinking while you sleep at night. You know that? Fellas, women do fool around. But the reason they gonna get caught, because women plan shit. And when a woman fucks another man, he lives across town, out of town. Fellas, we fuck with next door neighbor co-workers, wondering how she found out. Women, if you ever catch a woman, you better believe somebody told on her. Because women think while you sleep at night. Because one thing about women, women have a plan. Then they have a backup plan. Then they have a backup plan to back up the backup plan. Women's shit is in order. Women are thinking while you sleep at night. That's why you can wake up at 3 in the morning, look at your girl, she looking right at your hand. You be like, damn, you ain't sleep. You be like, hell no, I'm thinking about something. That's why I gotta have one down with me, and I mean down with me thoroughly. That means if I go somewhere and get into a fight, and she's with me, that means we get into a fight. I don't need you hollering and screaming until I stop the fight. I need you jabbing at the game. Because if I get my ass whooped when we get home, you get your ass whooped. That's just how I go. And one thing about women, they will help you to the car and know she back in health, but in the back of her mind, you got your ass whooped. And it might not come up to 6 months to a year later, but it's going to come up because women don't forget shit. You and her get arguing at home, you're like, girl, I will whoop your ass, and she'll stop everything. Hold on. You gonna whoop my ass, but you couldn't beat that dude ass at the club? You be like, girl, shut up. I had on my dress shoes. It's like when you make love to your woman and you come fast. She ain't gonna say nothing that night, but that morning, women know how to fuck with you. She get right up. Good morning, minute man. You need to get mad gone with that bullshit. Hey kids, breakfast will be ready in just a minute. I told you to cut that shit out now. Hey kids, the school bus will be here in about 1 minute. Go ask your dad, he knows about that.
I just got married. Marriage is rough. Yeah, marriage is like having cable with just one channel. The same shit come on every day. Like, bitch, I love you, but shit, I want to see another movie. Shit. What's on Showtime? Bitch, please, go shopping. I only like being with myself every day. That's why I smoke herb and just be somebody else. She's like, didn't you hear me calling you? Bitch, I ain't hear shit. But you gotta hang around other married people. I was hanging around my boy, he been married for 6 years. The nigga videotaped his wedding day, never watched it. Now he watch it every day, but he watch it in reverse. Cause he said he loves seeing himself take that ring back off that bitch finger. Walking back down the church, just waving at her ugly ass mother down the aisle. Getting back in the limo, back at the bachelor party. Look how happy I was. I ain't smiled like this since I married that bitch. Marriage is rough. I wasn't going to get married because I got scared. Not because of the commitment, but it takes a lot to keep a woman happy now. Because when I found out Michael Jordan was having problems with his wife, I'm like, damn, if a nigga with 400 million can't keep a bitch, a brother with $100 ain't got a shot. What do these bitches really want from a nigga? Somebody let me know. I remember when you just need a good running car. Now 400 million, these bitches too expensive. But somebody must have talked to that bitch because she took her ass back home. A real woman must have got in her head, bitch, you tripping. You must not have been out here lately. The pickings are slim. You lucky if you get a man to buy you a drink, bitch. You better go back in that mansion and work that shit out. Come on now. Personally, I think she went out and tested the market and found out what true players know. Ain't nobody fucking with her after she been with Michael Jordan. What nigga want that kind of pressure? I mean, how you gonna satisfy and impress a bitch that had 400 million? You gonna have to take that bitch to the moon or somewhere. And you go over that big ass house, you're like, well, I can help with the electric in this motherfucker. But bitch, I only make 300, that's all I got, bitch. I don't play basketball. You better find that nigga back. You want somebody to pay all this shit. And then she got 2 kids. How you gonna discipline them kids? They ain't gonna listen to your ass. Y'all need to come in the house. Fuck you, nigga. This all our daddy and shit. You can't even afford to pay the condo. Shut the fuck up. You make $300. Shut the fuck up in here. How you gonna argue with them? How you gonna say you better than they father? You wearing this nigga tennis shoes. You got on Hanes grease and shit. Got a pair of Michael Jordan cologne in a goddamn cupboard. That's why you gotta stay in your place.
Yo, what is going this out? It is your girl, Sarah Harrison. I am kicking it with Misha, Steven, and Demond on Slapstick Radio. Yeah.
With Steven, Misha, and Devon.
Come on.
On Slapstick Radio. Shout out Dale Harrison right there.
Dale
That was
Harrison.
Dale. Sound like Edith Bunker.
Y'all silly.
Just because men were mad.
Hilarious. Dale Harrison. Shout out.
There we go. There we
go. That's Tina.
There's Tina.
Let's hope
Tina
we,
Graham's
let's hope we
calling.
ain't got to get her on the Google phone.
Yeah.
That's right. This your boy, the Mind I'm Cherry, Misha Misha. I was about to get the whole government. Misha Misha and Stephen G. Y'all listen to Slapstick Comedy Radio.
Slapstick Comedy
and
Radio.
on the phone, we have one of the legends of the comedy game.
Promoter legend.
She's been in urban comedy for years.
Yes,
she
indeed.
began her career by assisting the development of the first black-owned comedy club, the Uptown Comedy Club in Harlem, New York. Since then, she has worked on many other shows, including Fox's Uptown Comedy Club TV show, NBC Showtime at the Apollo. Y'all remember HBO Snaps? BT Comic View, Laugh-A-Palooza, UPN Showtime in Harlem, and the world-renowned Russell Simmons Def Comedy Jam, and Puffy's Bad Boys of Comedy, Bill Bellamy, Who's Got Jokes, man, I can go on and on. On the phone, we got the...
Tina Graham. Tina, where you at?
Man, that was a hell of an intro for the phone beat.
Do y'all see
She was on there too. She was on there.
She said I got cut off during the intro. That is y'all's phone. Y'all need
That's
to
the
get somebody,
phone.
Y'all need to have
That's
somebody
the
come out
phone
and look at that.
lines.
Hey, look here.
That's
here.
y'all's phone.
We gonna get this together. And I'm about to redo the intro again. Let's make sure we got on here. Miss Graham, you on here?
It's me in the flesh.
All right. Now, we got to give you these flowers. So I got to go back and redo this whole intro. So we got to give you your flowers right now. So we going all the way back. That's right. If y'all just tuned in, on the phone line we got one of the biggest people in the game, a game of urban comedy. She started her career by assisting the first black-owned comedy club, which was the Uptown Comedy Club in Harlem, New York. She has been on many shows, including Fox's Uptown Comedy Club, NBC Showtime at the Apollo, HBO Snaps, BT Comic View, Laugh-A-Palooza, UPN Showtime in Harlem, and the world-renowned Russell Simmons Def Comedy Jam, P. Diddy's Bad Boys of Comedy, Bill Bellamy's Who's Got Jokes. I mean, she's had the major role in the launching careers of people like Mike Epps, Flex Alexander, Tracy Morgan, Monique, Samore, JB Smooth, and many more. We can go on and on and on.
And it's renowned, not renowned. It's renowned.
Hey man, I'm gonna tell you like I tell everybody, I'm country. If you can correct me, you knew what I was trying to say.
Tina, how are you?
But hold on, let me finish. We got on the phone the godmother of comedy, Miss Tina Graham.
We all love Tina. Woo!
Y'all funny.
I tried to give you my sway introduction. I tried to give you that introduction.
Okay, I understand country. I'm from the South.
Okay, that's what's up.
Thank you for your patience with us, Tina.
Well, thank you for having me.
Of course, we had to.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, I miss watching your shows on Facebook. I was a regular watcher of your shows on Facebook. I can't wait till we get out of this COVID thing. It was a lot. I was always watching those shows. Oh yeah, I always watch the show. You would wave at me. You would give me the little wave. I would see the little Facebook wave come across here.
I enjoy the pictures, all the pictures you put up. I'm like, look at the
somebody
days.
hacked my Instagram. I had to start over.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Yeah. Well, join the club. Join the club.
Well, see, I got off Instagram, so they can hack me. I still use it. They can hack me all they want. I'm truly a Facebook person. I don't know why, but
I don't know. I like Instagram better, but whatever I post on Instagram go to Facebook anyway.
Right.
At least one of the pages.
Right. So what's been going on? How you been holding up since this whole COVID-19 thing? How you been holding up
I'm
since?
gonna be honest with you. I got cabin fever.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do. But what was your?
But, people be trying to get me to do the Zoom stuff. I don't know.
Well, I did a couple of Zooms.
Podcast soon. Somebody asked me to do one over in Europe.
Oh wow.
They wanted to do it like how Byron Allen did his show.
Oh yeah, sure.
He wants me to do it like that and have like one person do stand up. I'm like, how you gonna do that? When the comics feed off the audience. You know what I mean?
Right.
Sure. It'd be tough.
It'll be hard. So I don't know. I might do it. But he gave me a deadline to August 23rd, which that's not what happened.
Well, I would tell you this.
I have another person that's going to try to do a documentary on me, but he want me to do a podcast of all the people that's going to be in the documentary.
Well, if you do the thing in Europe and it's on film, if you do it like how they did the Democratic National Convention, the way they've been doing those packages, you can be great on the internet.
I'm actually watching it right now.
Yeah,
I'm a political junkie.
How about that?
Yeah,
So am I.
sorta.
So am I.
I used to work at the UN. I didn't get into it till I was 92 when I was working at the UN.
United Nations
Yeah.
in New
I
York.
worked
There.
I left the World Trade Center to go there.
Oh wow.
Even though I was moonlighting at the Uptown Comedy Club.
Oh, okay. Daytime job was serious,
Show
huh?
In 89. I think I've been doing this since 1988.
Wow.
Wow.
But I was doing talent shows and fashion shows first. I used to be a swimwear lingerie model. If you see my pictures, you probably know that.
We've seen the pictures.
I was kind of figuring that by the way you was posing. I was like, yeah, she had been a model.
Yeah.
Or modeling.
It was like a local church stuff, you know.
With them little bikinis. I said, look at Tina.
There was no jet Cinnable. Nobody sent my picture in for that.
Right.
I said, look at that body. Them bathing suits.
That's long gone.
So with things how they are now, how do you see the comedy game coming back after COVID-19?
I think it's going to start back from 1988.
There you go.
Everybody's starting back on the same level.
I think so.
Okay.
That'd be awesome.
The thing is, people are going to be jocking for stage time now.
Oh yeah, I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that right now. I got like 19 pages that I need to get out my head some kind of way.
Exactly, but like I say, you need the stage and that audience to work it out.
But Tina, like back in the day, what we were talking about, we had Def Comedy Jam and BT Comic View, Showtime at the Apollo. These young people, they don't have any of those vessels. So what would you tell them? What would be your advice to young comics now that never got a chance?
Comedy Club did, because back in the day, remember, we couldn't get on the white stages.
That's true.
Uptown Comedy Club at National back then in Harlem because they couldn't get in Dangerfield
Or Caroline's.
Rising Star.
Yeah.
The Comic Strip, Caroline's. They weren't allowed to go there.
Yeah, right.
You know, the only person that could get in back then was Jimmy Walker and George Wallace.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's because they were friends with like Seinfeld and people like that.
Yeah, and they got them in.
They got them in. But we had to develop our own thing because don't forget in the 80s, it was all about Eddie Murphy.
Right. Sure.
All the comics back in the day was sounded like either Richard Pryor on the underground level or Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Because don't forget, Richard Pryor was doing underground stuff.
Right.
He wasn't really. They tried to cross him over by putting him in Stir Crazy, and they tried to change his image, the toy, but nothing could top Which Way Is Up.
Yeah, nothing.
No, I like Bustin' Loose.
You know, that was the real Richard, but he never stopped doing stand-up. You know, that was his first love.
Mm-hmm. Right.
He never stopped doing it. Even when he got sick, he still never stopped doing stand-up.
Right.
Live on Sunset Strip is still one of my favorite movies.
Right.
You know, but the thing is, you know, people back then were hungry for the stage.
Yeah, and it's way different now. These
It's
new
different
jacks.
now. You got the internet. They becoming comics. They're not.
Yeah.
To me, they're not really true comics until they get out there and do the work.
Right.
Yeah.
I
You know,
agree.
and they don't know the struggle. The people that's actually out there, like the Bernie Macs. Bernie had been doing comedy 17 years before there was a Def Comedy Jam.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And Def Comedy Jam actually came from the Uptown Comedy Club.
Right.
Even Wallin' Out came from portions of the Uptown Comedy Club where they had the battle,
Right.
the snap battle.
Right.
That all came from Uptown Comedy. I mean, Nick admitted that's where he got the idea from.
Right.
I even did a show on HBO called HBO Snaps.
Right.
I had Monique
and
I remember that one.
Yeah, Monterey Ivy actually was the host for the Uptown Comedy Club. He came up with the idea to take portions of the Uptown Comedy Club and do that show on HBO. But as some political stuff went down and they canceled, they cut it out. They didn't even show the last two shows.
Oh, wow.
Because it was a conflict of interest.
Wow.
Oh, I know all where the bodies are buried.
Yes, I know you do. I know you do.
We know you do, Tina. That's why we couldn't wait to talk to you.
Well, I used Monique's club because her Def Comedy Jam got cut. She was angry about it. So I said, look, I'm working on another show called Snaps. And she said, could you do the auditions at my club? Because the club was kind of like going down. And I said, sure, I can do there. And then Ricky Smiley brought me to Birmingham because nobody had credits during this time. This
Right.
is 1994. Nobody was famous.
Was at Monique's Club in Baltimore?
So I went to Monique's Club. That's where I saw Michael Blackson. He did that. You motherfucker. I
Yeah,
said, you
mother
got a
sucker.
spot.
Yeah, yeah.
And I got Joe Claire,
From Detroit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Joe Clay from DC, ain't he?
DC.
Yeah. Okay,
I
Joe
saw
Claire.
a lot
Yeah.
of comics, but you had to be able to snap, period.
Yeah.
Because New York got snappers. Don't get it twisted. But I wanted people from all over. You didn't even have to be a comedian to snap, because I got some cousins in the barbershop.
That can snap.
For
Right.
half the comics. That's all they do is play the dozen.
Yeah.
So you didn't have to be a comedian, but I figured a comedian could do it. So Ricky brought me there. I went to DC. I didn't even do Atlanta. I did DC. Whoever brought me to their city, that's where I went. So I went to Birmingham, and I saw Ray Russell got arrested dead. And DC had, because DC covered like Philly and whoever else was around. This is new to television, was new to comics, so they didn't even know how to get in touch with people. I had to give people email addresses during this time. They didn't even know about the internet or anything. This is 93, 94.
Right.
So nobody really knew anything about social media. So I was still paying for AOL during this time.
I still use my
Don't
AOL
forget,
account.
We had to pay for internet back then.
Yep.
Sure you did. Sure you
They
did.
had Hotmail and Black Planet. I got off of that quick.
Everybody's they was probably
But
looking
yeah,
for you
I
on
put
there.
them on that show. It was like star-studded when you go back and look at it, because talent beat out Michael Blackson.
Oh wow.
Uh-huh.
I forgot Joe Claire. Who won that? Artie Fuqua.
Oh, that's
Beat
my,
out
that's
Joe
my
Claire.
dude right there. Is HBO Snaps? Is that when Monique did the thing about the powdered breast milk and blue?
That's right. They
and
gave
blue?
me that
Yeah,
joke.
yeah.
Because back then they could give each other jokes. But even when we did Uptown Comic Club, they would give the comics a joke.
Right.
I kind of set up Pierre because he made me mad.
Uh,
I told him, I had to beg them to put him on. I said, the director said he can't do it clean. I'm going to do it for you, but if he don't do it clean, he get cut. I gave, like, Comic View and these television shows that censor. They give you a list of stuff that you can't say on TV.
Right.
Before you even get there.
Yeah. You
I
can say
told
shit,
Pierre
hell,
all the
damn.
stuff he could
Yeah.
do. The first joke out of his mouth was a shit joke. I said, oh my God. I was looking at the monitor. The director was like, I told you. His whole set was everything I told him.
Not to say.
I told you.
Mad at Pierre. So I made Pierre get in a battle. He didn't have to be in a battle, but I wanted him to get in a battle, and I said, no mama jokes. He didn't know what to do. He was like, I said, you have to get in a battle. You have to get in a battle. He got in a battle, and then tore him a new one.
Yeah. He couldn't snap.
Mama joke, just threw him away. It was like, I thought she said no mama.
Well, I tell you, Gerald Kelly is the snappingest comic. But I've seen Gerald, back in the day now, when Gerald would be struggling and someone would say like boo or whatever, he's not that good. Gerald will go in with the snaps and rescue his whole show off of snapping. Gerald Kelly, Green Eyed Bandit.
Yeah, but he was always get a chair thrown at him. The problem with Gerald Kelly is he said it like he mean it.
Yes, indeed.
They threw a chair at him.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
I used to book Gerald. Gerald started at Uptown Comic Club. He was from Wall Street.
Yeah.
And
Smart guy.
Everywhere I sent him, it was a problem. The promoter would call me, don't you ever send him back here again. I was like, you serious right now? Atlantic City. Oh my God.
I remember.
Newark, New Jersey, East Orange, Charlotte.
Yeah.
Everywhere I sent him. And I had a club in Pizzazz down in Norfolk, Virginia.
Uh-huh.
It was like the only club at the time that was actually bringing comics out of town. And don't forget, I was booking Miami for Marvin Dixon.
Was Sheila New the host that you had down there in Norfolk?
No, actually, it was, I want to say Terry Tuff and, what's his name? God, I can't think of his name.
Yeah, because I did that
They
room.
both did Def Jam.
Yeah.
But they did early Def Jam. Maybe they might have got cut from Def Jam. I don't know, but they were based out of, Terry Tuff was out of, North Carolina. One of them was from Virginia. I can't think of it.
Virginia
Deborah
Beach.
Terry was there. I don't know if you know all the people from Virginia. There wasn't a lot of comics from Virginia.
I know. Deborah
No, there's a
Terry.
few of them.
Now, but
Yeah, back then it was only a few.
It was only a few.
Right.
Charlotte had a lot of comics out of North Carolina.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Because Tone X used to bring me there for auditions.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Zone. And Nate Smith, who's now the road manager for Kevin Hart.
Right.
Yeah. And Nick Lewis, too.
Oh man.
Nah, that's
I
my
love
dude.
Nick.
Nick
That's
Lewis
my
is very
dude.
underrated. He's very,
Right.
Very
Yes, he is.
extremely underrated.
Now let me ask you this, Miss Tina. Now, being that you've helped the careers of a lot of comedians, well, what is it that you look for that you see in the comedian, you know instantly like, okay, he or she is gonna be great.
Or they've got it.
Actually, it's stage presence, along with funny, confidence. So, stage presence is important for the simple fact, the first thing we see is what you look like on stage.
Right.
So we judging you as soon as you get out there and catch that mic.
Yeah, and
confidence.
confidence.
Deliver personality. Personality stands out all over the place. And not only do I see it, other people see it too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even other comics know when somebody stands out. They be like, oh my God, threat.
Right.
Oh, ding dong. Oh God, this guy's a threat. Automatically.
Sure.
Now who is somebody
Stage
that
presence, personality mostly, and content.
Content is big.
important.
Yeah, it's huge.
Originality, it goes a long ways. And the thing is, the only thing you're going to be confident about is what you know.
Oh, absolutely.
And what your life is, what your opinion is. If you convicted with it, if you say it with conviction, I know you mean it, and that's coming from a strong place.
right.
When comics get up there and just repeat what other comics have pretty much said, you just put your take on it. That's not being original.
That's not being original.
That's being Luther Vandross. And you're not even good at that.
Yeah, yeah,
Good
yeah.
at remixing.
Yeah, plagiarizing.
But the thing is, Luther made it his own. If you can't make it your own, you can't really own it.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. You can say a Scatman Crothers or a Picnic Markham joke, but you got to make it your own.
Right.
If you're going to do it, you got to make it your own.
Yeah.
I mean, people like Arnaz J will take your stuff and make it his own, and
Well,
you don't even know it.
I
Or
tell you,
know that was your premise.
Bruce is the one you need to talk to tell you about Arnaz J. I mean, we've had conversations, and Bruce would tell me, if he says it, you just write something else because he's going
He's going to own it, for real.
he's gonna own it.
Benji Brown, just quite a few of them.
Yeah, yeah.
But they make it their own. It's like, you might as well forget it.
Forget it.
And I tell comics all the time, keep writing.
Yeah, there you go.
don't have to worry about that joke.
Yep.
Right.
But my thing to Arnaz, I told Arnaz this one time, we was somewhere, we was on tour, and we always have an opening act open for Def Comedy Jam.
Yeah.
Arnaz was standing back there, I was standing next to him. And the opening act went out. He did something funny, but he couldn't really deliver it. But you could tell the joke was funny because the premise was funny. And Arnaz was like, that's funny. And I'm looking at him like, you plan on taking that?
Yes.
He was like, what he gonna do with it?
Ah.
Just pay him for the joke. He said, why? Well, I can just go ahead and do it.
Wow.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
That's
So Tina, I know you have some super tight relationships with like Mike Epps and Tony Roberts and so many other comedians. Do they still reach out to you for advice or that godmotherly love?
No, they don't ask me for no advice. I just open a door for them.
Yeah.
I open a door for the and I provide a stage for them to work on their craft. And that's what I've been doing since 1988. I provide a stage for you every week. You can come every week and do as much time as you want. And not now because there's so many comics.
Yeah.
Right.
But back then you could do as much time as you wanted to, and come back. And the audience is always on your side. Especially if you had a regular audience and regular comedians.
Sure.
They see your growth. And
Sure.
they'll pat you in the back and you did better than you did last week.
Uh-huh,
But that's the
uh-huh.
thing. You have to keep up with your progress. Record yourself. And see where you went wrong. What got the biggest joke, biggest laugh? Because sometimes improving will get you more laughs than the stuff you wrote.
Yeah, that's true.
If you can improv, I tell comics, take improv classes. Don't think you know everything because you're like doctors. You're learning every time you get on that stage because you got a new audience every time you get on that stage.
And you got to impress them.
And you got to build that fan base.
Yeah.
You might do a free show today that's going to get you gigs for tomorrow. So when comics get on my stage and say, I ain't getting paid for this, you won't ever get paid for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
If that's what you're looking for right out the gate, yeah.
Not only that, you disrespecting me, but I'm paying you with giving you stage time.
Stage time.
Right.
That's money there. Yeah.
Because my room is full of promoters. And not only that, when I go live, like you guys watch my show every week,
Yep.
the comic can't see who's watching when I'm going live.
True.
Right.
And I might have 200 people, and trust me, 50 of those people are promoters for the simple fact they looking for comics to do shows. There's no more Def Comedy Jam.
Right.
There's no more Comedy View.
Right.
There's no more Martin Lawrence Presents. There's no Showtime at the Apollo. There's no Who's Got Jokes. They're going on the internet looking for comics. I had a promoter, every time I send him a comic, he'd go to YouTube and see if that comic was funny. And the stuff they would look at was so dated. No, not on one hand. He's not that funny.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's from 10 years ago. You guys ain't even update your YouTube?
Right.
People are using the internet to find the comics.
Wow.
Oh,
There
yeah.
are.
Oh, yeah.
I said, they press a button, find out who he is, and there's a nod on one hand. I saw his set. It wasn't that good. I'm like, what do you see? I went on YouTube.
If I'm gonna upload something, I'm uploading my best.
Yeah.
I need to
You
put some
only need
stuff.
2 minutes because people got a short attention span.
Right.
With me, when I auditioned, Misha, you contested it. They only had 2 minutes to it for auditions for Who's Got Jokes.
Yep.
Right. Oh yeah, trust
If
me,
you
I know.
don't
I
have
drove
me
to
in
that
the
a couple
first
times.
2 minutes, what are you going to do on TV?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
That's
don't
very
need to
true.
see you. With me, you better have me as hello.
Like, I am Tina Graham, the godmother. Haven't you
ain't got me
heard?
a hello, you might as well forget it. And I've been in the game so long, I've seen so many comics. I know where jokes originate from.
Uh-huh.
Comics called me and asked me who did it first. I mean, you really want to know?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! I had to break up fights for comics about jokes. Are you serious?
Oh wow.
The thing is, why you fighting over a joke when you can just write another one if you're that good?
Right. Now who is somebody that you seen in that first 2 minutes that maybe didn't have it or whatever, but later on down the line they end up blowing up or getting big or having major success?
That's almost everybody on. You think of right now. Tracy Morgan bombed every week in my room. In 1992, he only been doing comedy 6 months.
Right.
And I could see the why you keep putting him on? To me, he was a character.
Uh-huh.
Which
Yeah.
he ended up being anyway. Like I thought.
Sure.
You know,
Hustle Man and everybody.
He got somebody named him Biscuit or something like that.
Biscuit. Well, Rob Stapleton wrote that.
Well, that's what he said.
That's what
Rob
he's.
wasn't even doing comedy.
That's what Rob says. I mean, you know.
Rob started in 92. Tracy Morgan started in 92.
Right.
Talent started in 92.
That's when I started, 92.
Exactly. So how could you give somebody something that you know, J.B. Smooth started in 1988.
Yes.
Brooklyn Mike started in 1988.
Yeah.
If you don't notice, Rob Stapleton sounds like J.B.
Yeah, he does.
Talent took everything about Jay and Brooklyn Mike and combined it and became Talent.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, everybody got somebody they look up to.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
That's very true.
That's right. And if y'all just tuned in, we are talking to the godmother of urban comedy, Miss Tina Graham. She's giving us great stories and doing a lot of reflecting on this urban comedy game.
And been in the game
And been in
quite
the
a
game
long
for
time.
a while.
Too long.
Yeah.
I'm only 2. So I was only 2 years old.
Yeah, I hit you a long time ago, and I said you should be managing me. This is Stephen
here
G.
you go.
You know, I've done
management
Comic View and
Back
stuff.
when Uptown ended, I was done with management.
Oh my God, I hit you. I
have
said,
comics, like I have Roz G. I have Tony Roberts. Tony Roberts had it. You know, the thing is, he just needed to get out of Detroit. So
Right.
I moved him from Detroit to
To
my
New
house,
York, yeah.
to my apartment. Well, actually, I got up to about 180 comedians that spent the night at my house.
yeah, sure.
So I had some regulars, like Corey Holcomb was a regular. Marcus Cone.
Love Corey.
Kenny Howe was a regular.
Kenny
Diane
Howe.
Porter.
Oh.
Cold Blood. Dante Carter.
All of them.
That's my.
Tony
Oh,
Robbins
man.
stayed there for about a couple of months, and I was like, you gotta go.
Right.
It's time to be up in my house.
Yeah, yeah.
So I called
He had to
Chandler,
join in White
like, come stay
Plains.
with him.
Yeah, Tony had got to join in White Plains, the room in White Plains he was doing, and I was out there for a little bit, and then after that he took off to New York.
Who,
Well,
Chandler?
to L.A. No, Tony Roberts.
Well, he said, well, I moved him there because I finally got him on a TV show. I couldn't get him on 2 TV shows. And that was Audrey's audition, and Mike Bonner used to bring me to Detroit.
Uh-huh.
And I was doing Showtime at the Apollo. And I saw Tony Robbins, but he was in a sketch team. It was him, Spanky Hayes,
Right.
Joey Blunt,
Uh-huh.
Bobo Lamb,
Right.
Spanky Hayes. Anyway, they was sharing jokes, kind of.
They were.
I wasn't looking for sketch comedy, but I saw Tony Robbins. He was funny. And I came back maybe a few months later with the Uptown Comic Club TV show. It was the same director. And I submitted Tony Roberts for Showtime at the Apollo. The director said, he's not ready. So he didn't take none of them. So anyway, I went, came back, and Tony Roberts auditioned again. To me, he had the best stage presence ever, man.
Oh, yeah.
He was so funny and so animated and so hyped. And I submitted his tape again, and the director said, I already told you, this guy's not ready. I was like, damn. I could not get him on. And I said, you know what, Tony? I think you are so funny. I am going to get you on a TV show. In 1994, I took a job at Def Comedy Jam.
Right.
We had one spot left, but all the auditions was gone. Tony missed the audition in Detroit. So I said, you know what, I'm going to set one more audition in Cleveland.
Uh-huh.
So I called the promoter I knew in Cleveland and set up an audition. He was glad because something was coming to Cleveland. You know, people with witness protection to Cleveland.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
No, it's nothing in Cleveland. Anyway, I finally set up a showcase in Cleveland, but not I didn't tell the promoter I was setting it up for Tony Roberts, but just for his people, you know. He said, sure, I'll set it up. So I called Tony. I said, Tony, get to Cleveland. Got to get to Cleveland. So I told Bob Sumner, because I wasn't going, but Bob was going.
Yeah.
So I said, set up the auditions.
Yeah, I was
said,
there.
Bob, you got to take a look at this guy named Tony Roberts. So Tony Roberts called me and said, the promoter said the list is closed. I said, get your ass in the car.
Yeah, and get there.
Get to Cleveland. I set this showcase up for you. I don't want to hear nothing. I called the I said, I'll handle the promoter. I called the promoter, and I said, what's this here? He said, the list closed. We don't close the list. We have to stay 2 days. We look at everybody. Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Graham. I'm so sorry. I said, don't be sorry, be careful.
Yeah, be careful. Be careful. Bob actually had me host that.
And I said, when Bob was leaving to go to Cleveland, I said, you got to look at this guy named Tony Roberts, man. He was like, really? It wasn't but one spot. We tried to fill one spot.
One spot.
Anyway, that Monday, I was so anxious to see how Tony Roberts did, right? So Bob came in my office, and he was like, I said, so how was Cleveland? He was like, it was all right. I'm like, I didn't want to say, how did Tony Roberts do?
Yeah.
He was like, he looked at me, he said, okay, your boy got the spot.
Oh, Tina, that's sweet.
I finally got Tony Roberts on a TV show, which was Def Comedy Jam.
Yeah, Tony Robbins is hysterical.
Yeah, he is.
He really
I
is.
believed in him
Mad
so
energy.
much. You know, I just had to get him on. He thanks me all the time. He said, what do I do now? I was like, get out of Detroit.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
said,
get
"You
out of
can come stay with
Detroit.
me for a short period of time if you can get on your feet. So he stayed with me for about 2 months. Then I called Talent, and, you know, him and Talent were kicking it and showing him around. You know, my thing is, you have to be fearless with comics. You have to do New York, period. No
Yeah.
matter who you are. And people ask me, should I go to New York or L.A.? First of all, you're not going to get any stage time in L.A.
In L.A., no.
New York, they give you all the love in the world, even though you're funny to them. They're going to kind of hate on you. But
Right.
you got people like me that will have your back.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
did it when I
if
first.
I co-sign for you, you better be funny. I'm not co-signing for you to bomb.
I know that's right. I know that's right. Yeah, yeah. I remember I was in a joint. I don't remember what the name of the club was in New York, but Capone was the host. And he was hosting, I don't know if he's a regular host.
How long ago are you talking about?
This was at least 20 years ago.
Oh, Bronx. Jimmy's Cafe.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
That was Rob Steffen's room.
Was it?
Yeah,
I remember
Capone
everyone
started doing
being.
Conference Away after them.
Yeah,
think
I was
Capone
doing a
started in
movie.
94.
Tina, I was doing a movie called Sluggers, and I was in the little movie, and so afterward we would go to we went to the little club, and they wouldn't put me on, so Mike Epps told Capone to put me on.
Yeah, that had to be like 94.
Yeah, and I remember, yeah,
He started in 92, but he came to New York in 93.
yeah, and that was about 94, 95. You're right.
Yeah.
And I remember Talent, well, not Talent. Talent was one of my friends, you know, because Andrew Ford used to have a comedy stop here in Columbus, Ohio, and all of the guys used to come here and perform.
Yeah.
And so that's how I met everybody, and that's how I got on Comic View, really. And so I was there in New York, and I don't know what it was, but Capone was hating so bad he didn't even know me. And Mike was like, put my man up. He's funny as hell. He's been on Comic View. So Capone is introducing me, and he's like, I don't know this cat. Mike telling me to put him up. They said he's been on Comic View. I've never seen him. But, you know, and I go up and kill. I do my freakazoid and all this stuff. You know, Mike like, that's how you do it. I come on stage, and Capone goes back up. He's giving me a little propers, and then Tracy Morgan walks in, and the whole room just changes. Like, the whole, this is when Tracy was on Saturday Night Live.
Like 94, 95.
Yeah.
Tracy had just got on Uptown Comic Club.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Could you speak to the different level, like Cherry just said, Tony Roberts with all the energy, and then you have like to me, the opposite of that would be like a Dave Chappelle. That's funny, but it's more low key, more intellectually inclined. With his comedy, with his delivery, you know what I mean?
Well, you know, Tony Woods taught Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, Tony Woods, and Dave says that.
Dave Chappelle when he was like 17, 18 years old.
Yeah.
Tony Woods.
Yeah, I know Tony. Yeah.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle, tell you, he followed Tony around since he was like 15 years old.
They
have the same style. The only thing Dave Chappelle had on Tony was his age.
Yeah.
When he did Def Comedy Jam, he was only 18.
Right.
And Tony was coming from Desert Storm.
Yeah, right. He was in service.
Yeah, I met Tony in '89. He kind of corrected me on a picture one day. I'm glad you remember.
Right. No doubt.
Me and Tony got this little secret love affair going on. It's subliminal, but you know.
Yeah, that's my man. He is a really good guy. Tony Woods is a really, really down to earth, cool guy.
Real cool.
Yes, he is. Yeah, he's one of the best. He's in my top 10. One of my top 10 passed away. I give a shout out to Tyler Craig.
Tyler Craig, very funny.
Yeah, I do this fashion show every year. I stopped doing it like 2005. I got kind of ill, and I stopped doing it. But the last fashion show, Eddie Bryant was in it, and I didn't know Eddie was in it. And in 2005, I had the biggest fashion show I had ever. In 2005, was 150 comedians in one talent show, in one fashion show.
Wow.
And Tyler was in it. Him and Shorty came up. Tyler was so good in the fashion show. He was almost like a real model. Then I found out his mother was big in fashion.
Yeah, sure.
Well, you know how to model.
Sure, she was huge in fashion, yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea. I would say, oh, my God. And he was staying at my house. So, you know, it was the thing where, oh, my God, Tyler, I had no idea. You just showed up everybody. Kevin Hart was in it. Kevin thought he was a real model, too.
Tina, I'm so hoping you do another one.
Every one of them.
Well, yeah, if you do another one, I got to be in that.
He had a clothing line, so he wanted to put his stuff in it. But almost every comic across the country pretty much did that fashion show over the years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started in 1995.
I'm hoping you do another one soon because we all want to be a part of it.
For 2020, I was doing the reunion show.
Okay.
Marcus King, Jamie Foxx manager, manager, was going to produce it for me. For television.
Aww.
And it was going to be like a series on Bravo. Because it featured black designers, black comedians, and stand-up. Because the stand-up comics went in between scenes. So
wow.
I would go to I would use like a local designer, and I'm ready to wear. I had academics. Oh, my God. I had almost every designer you could name had their stuff in the show.
That's really novel.
When they had their stuff out in 95, they had it all the year. They had their own scene.
Wow.
Well,
The first show I did, it was so many comics. Nobody was really famous. I had Joe Torre, Craig Robinson, Jay Lamont, Flex Alexander, Tracy Morgan, Talent, Chucky Ducky, T.K. Kirkland. It got so big, people was like booking it for colleges. I did All-Star Weekend in L.A. I did Super Bowl Weekend in Detroit. I did the Peabody Hotel in Memphis. I did colleges all over the country. Zoom-Man and Tony Schofield turned it out in New Orleans.
Oh man, Tony Schofield from Chicago. Wow.
great
Chicago
radio
was
personality
deep,
too.
buddy, trust.
Yes, indeed.
Chicago was always deep in my house.
you
Muhammad,
said-
Kenny Howell.
Kenny Howell, yeah.
Yeah, they all used to come. Yeah.
Damon
Corey
Williams,
Holcomb was
Corey
around.
Holcomb, yeah.
These are the people that was on my couch.
Yeah, no doubt.
Memphis used to be deep on my couch too, with Prescott and Tony Tone. Yeah, all over.
You mentioned-
If I thought you were really good, I would tell you to come to New York.
Right.
Because your stuff have to be universal, and New York is probably the most diverse city you're going to go to.
Sure. You mentioned
have to
Craig
do it.
Robinson.
Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, you got to do them all, because they all have, like the Bronx got the Puerto Ricans
Right.
and Dominicans. Brooklyn is Jamaica.
Right.
Queens is everything. You want to go ghetto? Go to Queens.
Go to Queens. Yeah.
You might.
We go to
see,
Queens.
Yeah, we go to Queens. No, Rashid.
From Zamunda. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Rashid. You remember Rashid, who passed away?
That was my good friend.
Yeah.
He was my go-to. He was my number one. I'll be honest with you. I could call Rashid for anything, and he would do it.
Yeah.
And he said, Tina, there was no Def Comedy Jam or anything at the time when Rashid came out. Rashid and Smokey started around the same time.
Right.
So Rashid was my go-to, no matter what. It was a fundraiser or anything. He said, I'm there, Grammy. That's what he called me.
That's a great
He had the
dude.
old raspy voice.
Yeah. God rest his soul. He was a great guy.
So when I got Bad Boys of Comedy, he was my first person. He was always upset that he never got a chance to do Def Comedy Jam.
Yeah.
And I said, don't worry about that. Just do you.
Yeah.
Whatever's going to happen is going to happen for you. You just have to be patient. These guys, they want to be stars overnight.
Yeah.
But the thing is, once you build a fan base, you're a star to these people.
Sure.
And wherever you go, they will follow you, and they will pay to see you because you're that good.
Is Rashid the dude on Bad Boys talked about?
I put him on Bad Boys of Comedy. He was my first phone call.
He talked about the Dominicans and
the 40 ounce.
Yeah.
How much did 40?
And the Jamaicans.
Oh man, we used to go. Oh, he would have me all over down Church Street and just everywhere.
Oh wow.
Oh man.
Now I know you got tons and tons, and we're hearing them now of stories from the road. But what to you? What is one of your most funniest road stories from the road?
Oh my goodness.
If you had to narrow it down to one, we're already hearing some great ones. But if you just had one that
it just really sticks out,
that people just need to hear that this was like the funniest, me and this comedian or these comedians. What is that one story that's just like OMG?
I don't know. I think the most fun, the best tour I thought was, who was on this tour? With Tony Roberts. We met. It was the Mike tour. It was Mike Epps, Joe Clare. Who else? Mike. I think it was Mike Brooks. Mike B. I don't know if you remember him.
Mike Brooks from Washington, or
No,
Baltimore.
He used to do parodies. He did Def Comedy Jam too, but you probably don't remember him.
Little short guy.
No.
With braids.
No, that's not him.
Okay, that's not the Mike Brooks I'm thinking about there.
I don't know. It was so many different tours. I might be mixing them up. But I had a ball on the Def Comedy Jam tour because the tour changed every 3 months, and we had so much fun on the tour bus. They lost King Capri Records. We all ended up on the tour bus. So it was like they didn't change. They changed it to the bus, but the schedule was on an airplane schedule.
Oh wow.
So they had us going from Milwaukee to Dallas the next day. That's a 30-hour drive.
Yeah, sure.
So sometimes we would be getting on the bus from the stage to get to the next gig. It It was
Crazy.
crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
But we had so much fun on the tour. I think the best tour was we had on the tour bus. We had to stop in Tennessee. We were trying to get to Dallas, and we stopped at this place called Steak and Takers. It was like a bus stop. It was a truck stop because the bus had to get gassed up at the truck stop.
Yeah. Steak and takers.
Something like that. It was a truck stop.
Right.
In Tennessee. So everybody was tired because we left the tour, we left the stage, went to the hotel, got our stuff, and got back on the tour bus. So we stopped there. I was so tired, and Kid Capri had his crew. I think Joe Claire might have been on that one. I can't think of who I was on that tour. But anyway, I was so sleepy and so tired, I wouldn't get off the bus. And I was hungry, and we must have stopped at every Waffle House on 95.
Mm-hmm.
But we stopped there to get gas. So all I know, I saw all these cop cars coming around, and Kid Capri, manager, road manager, and his security, all these people, they came back on the bus. They said, "Oh my God, Tina! Oh my God, Kid Capri about to get locked up." I said, "What happened?" Kid Capri went. Some of the comics went in there to get their food, and the guy behind the counter, they gave him his food. The girls gave him his food, but he asked for utensils. He said, "Could I have some utensils?" He asked the white guy for some utensils, and the white guy ignored him. He said, "Excuse me, could I have some utensils?" He said, "I don't serve niggas."
Ooh.
How much is it gonna cost to turn this apple pie into nigga pie?
And the nigga
He said, "I don't serve niggas." And Kid was like, "What you say?" He said, "I don't serve niggas."
Yellow as Kid is. Wow.
This is Kid Capri.
Yeah.
Trust me, everybody in the truck stop was truckers. Everybody heard it.
Wow.
The white guy picked up something and threw it at Kid, and Kid chased him down through the kitchen, and they called the cops.
Wow.
Yo, this is no lie. The cops came. They had one little token black person. He wouldn't do nothing. If the truckers hadn't have told them what happened,
Right.
Kid would have been locked up.
Sure.
Yo, all the way to Dallas, all we heard was breaker 19. Did y'all see what happened? Did y'all hear what happened at the steak and
Yeah, crazy. We're at the Steak and Shake right now.
The truckers! Oh my God! We were dying laughing. Yo, they were talking about what happened all the way.
Oh, my God.
On the CB. I was crying.
Oh, my
laughing.
God.
I was like, yo, listen to this. We're on the CB.
We're on the CB. They're talking about us right now.
Wow.
Yo, that was crazy.
I think his name was Kid
oh my God,
Capri.
they must take us to jail on a tour bus. Lord have mercy.
Wow.
Go ahead and sing something. Supposed to be singers.
I got
Nice
nothing but love for you, baby.
I remember Tony Roberts and Spanky Hayes got got us kicked off the Greyhound one time. I mean, it was like 1:30 in the morning, and they kicked us off.
See that?
They're like,
I
young.
think Tony Roberts was on the tour with Chris Thomas.
Uh-huh.
It was it was Tony Roberts, Chris Thomas, and Rudy Rush.
Right,
That
right.
was on that tour.
Wow.
Yeah.
That
We
was
all went to Vegas.
Oh,
We
that
had a
was
ball.
beautiful. I know that's right. Yes,
Yeah, we
indeed.
started playing casinos like the old music company.
Now, how was it working with Bob?
Huh?
How is it working with Bob Sumner?
Well, I was working with Bob way before the Comedy Jam.
Right.
Bob brought me into comedy.
Oh, okay.
Actually, he used to judge my talent shows.
Oh, that's cool.
I had a club. I had a bar with a hall in the back in 1987, 88, and Bob came there. Actually, was chasing one of my girlfriends, but she was paying no attention.
Well, that's
So we
Bob.
walked to the
That's
front
Bob.
with the manager. I was pretty much the owner, but he came to the back. He followed me to the back, and he sat at my bar all night. See, when I was bartending, so when I'm bartending, you're just a drink to me.
Right.
I think he was rum and coke. But he waited all night to talk to me. He said, you can do comedy here. You ever been to a place called Terminal D? This is 1988. And I said, yeah, I've been there. They were doing comedy on Tuesday night, it was a strip club. Anyway, he
A
said,
strip
"You could do
club
comedy here."
and
He
doing
said, "I'm Bob
comedy.
Sumner."
Yeah, yeah.
He said, "I'm Bob Sumner." I was like, "Really?" He said, "You ever been to a place called Terminal D?" He said, "He DJ there." He said, "They do comedy." I said, "I went there before." And it's a strip club? He said, certain nights. But we do comedy there. I said, "Yeah, I did see some comedy behind the bar with the strip pole."
Yeah, yeah.
So anyway, he said, "You should come down on Tuesday night." So I went back on Tuesday night, and it was packed. It was Terry Hodges was hosting.
Uh-huh.
But when I went, it was 5 people in there. Evidently, the comedy thing picked up, and Bob was DJing. He was music.
Right.
Terry Hodges was the host, and a guy named Willie Asbury, he passed away last year. But I went, he was hosting. Anyway, he said, "You know, you can do comedy here," but I was already going to the Uptown Comedy Club on Sundays.
Yeah.
He was like, and I said, I don't know. He said, "Try it. I'll introduce you to the Brown Brothers." The Brown Brothers own the Uptown Comedy Club. So he introduced me to the Brown Brothers, and I did my first comedy show. Hamburger was my host.
That's my
Jerry
guy.
Fox, and Jay had been doing comedy maybe a year. And Cool Bubba Ice was about 16.
Right.
Wow.
From Jersey,
Then
yeah.
I had
Cool
Eric Spears,
Bubba.
who was about 14. And his mama used to love for me to pick him up because his mother was a jazz singer, and she ain't had nobody to babysit.
Ah, so yeah, come and get this boy.
Cool Bubba Ice and Aries in the car, trying to get them in a club.
All right. Right.
And I would have to
Wow.
perform, and I would have to take them off stage and get them out of there.
Wow. Yeah, Cool Bubba's one of my good friends.
Introduced me to comedy. And then, you know, me and him got real close. 'Cause I was managing a singing group at the time.
Uh-huh.
And Bob said he knew something about the music industry. I mean, he used to be on the radio at Seton Hall. He was a disc jockey there. That's where-
Seton Hall University?
Seton Hall University. That's where he graduated from.
Oh,
He
okay.
graduated in music history and sports history and all that kind of stuff. Bob's
Wow.
very intelligent. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, if you want to know anything about sports history or music history, Bob is the one.
Well, you mentioned,
He was music before comedy. Comedy kind of fell in his lap.
yeah, that
And Terry Hodges was actually hosting Showtime at the Apollo back in '85. He was the opening act.
right.
This is before any of this stuff. Terry came from Pontiac, Michigan. You know.
Yeah.
But he went to Dillard University in New Orleans.
In New Orleans, yeah.
HBCU.
Yeah, they're like,
Terry actually was the one that was actually introducing Bob to a lot of the comedy parts. When they dissolved their thing at Terminal D, Bob went to Club 88. Now, this is 1990. Stuff is starting to take off.
right.
But yeah, Bob got a job at Def Jam Records, which was right up his alley because he was music.
It was music, yeah.
And then Russell used to hang, him and Puffy, all of them used to hang at the Uptown Comedy Club in Harlem. Every Sunday they was there.
Wow.
And Flex Alexander was a dancer for Salt and Pepper.
I did know
Yeah,
that. I did
Flex
know
was a
that.
dancer, yeah,
I
he
did know
was.
They
that.
used to all hang there too. Every and don't forget, Uptown Comedy Club wasn't just stand up; it was sketch and hip hop.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
They had a DJ, and if you want to be a hip hop artist, you could come there and perform. If you want to be a comedian, you could come there and perform. And every week they would have new comics come up there, and during the week they would ask. On Sunday, they would ask, anybody want to come up, do stand up, want to be a comedian? Come on up. And they would put you on workshops all during the week to work on your craft.
Wow, that's a
And the
beautiful
better you
thing.
got, the more, and I became one of their, they became a client of mine because I was using them to get comedians. The Brown Brothers, then I got real close to Andre Brown. And we ain't going to talk about that no more.
Right. Right. I was real silent right there at that time.
We
Yeah.
were listening.
Yeah.
Bob introduced me to Andre Brown. I was kind of attracted, but I didn't know secretly somebody else liked me. So it was a problem.
It was a problem. Yeah. Yeah. I can see that happening. Teen, you sharp girl. I can see that happening.
Me
But in the
too.
meantime, I was dating a comic that I had met during this time, somewhere around Uptown Comedy Club,
Uh-huh.
in Terminal D named Mitchell from Arsenal and Mitchell.
Yes.
Yeah. That's to do with the hat.
So we became an item, and it became a big problem.
Wow.
Because it seemed like everybody, you ever see that movie, Something About Mary?
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
It was kind of like Something About Tina.
Hilarious. That's why I love you, Tina.
Is it on Netflix?
Arsenal Mitchell. Wow. That name just, wow.
I broke his heart.
Wow.
And some people don't let me. I had no idea that some comics knew about it.
Oh,
He
did
wasn't
they?
the only one.
He wasn't the only one, huh? I'm sure. I'm almost certain.
Wow.
I don't.
I am almost certain about that. I've had talks with, like, you know, some of my good friends and, you know, Mike Epps and everybody. I mean, we've stayed up late, like all night. And then Tony Roberts would drink Red Bull, and I could never get to sleep drinking Red Bull. He could go to sleep.
Robert drinking Red Bull like he ain't got enough energy.
Oh my God, I don't know why, but he would be drinking Red Bull. It was just some of the craziest things you would think of, like you mentioned Craig Robinson. I never knew his mom taught at Juilliard. I never knew that until I did a show with him in Kentucky.
Hey.
Craig Robinson.
What about his mom?
His mom, he told me his mom was a teacher at Juilliard.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And the reason I brought it up, I did a show with him in Kentucky, and it was in October. So we went to this little bar. Long story short, it's an Oktoberfest band there. You know the doom womp womp bands. You know, everybody in the band, Tina, was at least 72, 75 years of age.
A bluegrass band.
And do you know Craig Robinson got up and sung all of their songs?
Yeah, I believe it. Me and Craig sung all the songs in Miami one time.
Oh, yeah.
And they were looking at him like, who is this nigga here?
Yeah, but he's good. Because when he did my fashion show, he played the piano.
Right.
Which was one of the reasons I put him on Def Comedy Jam.
Right, because of that.
He would implement what he did.
Sure. Sure.
He said he almost got hit by a car, and Kid Capri pushed him out of the way.
Right.
Said, last night a DJ saved my life.
Right. Stupid.
I was like, you crazy. But me and Craig was on tour together too. But I used to book Craig and booked him at a convention in Miami. It was the Beasley Convention, Black Entertainment and Sports Lawyers Association. And I put Craig Robinson, Spike Davis, Michael Collier, and J.B. Smoove on it. And Chocolate.
And Chocolate.
And our show, we was there for like 5 days. And Craig, it was a grand piano. They had just built the Atlantis in the Bahamas. So we had to go to the Bahamas. So I justified that I took the Bahamas. This is a big convention. It's all sports lawyers and entertainment lawyers.
Right.
Black. All black. So we was there the day before, and I had just started dating this guy, and I ain't had no time for him half the time. And so he finally asked me, and I said, you want to go to the Bahamas? Because I had a free ticket. And he said, sure. He got so drunk, I was like, I'm about to dump this guy before he even gets started. I did the casino all night. So the next day, Craig Robinson was at the piano, and I came over to the piano. He said, what you want to hear? I said, play anything. So he started singing these songs. So people they had another convention going on at the same time. And we was in the lobby doing this. So Craig started playing. He said, can you sing? I said, a little bit. So he started playing something. We started singing. And do you know, before everybody was around that.
The piano. Yeah.
And here come the guy I was with. He was so drunk. He was about to get on top of the piano. And Craig was like, oh, no.
Don't do that.
He said, Tina, do you know him? I said, I'd never met him before in my life.
I don't know who that is.
That's who I married a year later.
And that's who you married. And you're like, I don't know that guy.
Yo, Craig had the whole lobby lit. Everybody was requesting songs.
Oh, yeah.
It was so good.
No, he's a virtuoso. I mean,
Craig is. We both gamble. We
right.
were on tour together, and we were always find us a casino to come to.
Craig is another
He was my
good guy.
gambling buddy.
Now you said earlier that a comedian was in your top 10. Not the you know, of all the people you work with. Who is in that top 10?
K-Dub told me to stop doing that top 10 stuff.
Okay.
K-Dub.
Well, okay.
A show. Go ahead.
They had MySpace. I would always go on MySpace and put my top 10. And comics would send me a private message saying, why I'm not in your top 10.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not.
Doug
I'm
came to
yeah.
stay with me, and he said, Tina, stop doing the top 10 because you be making people mad. I said, why? He said, because people know if they're not in your, they get mad because you ain't have them in your top 10. I said, well, you mad because you weren't in it?
Well, let me rephrase the question.
No, that ain't it.
That was it. That was it.
Let me rephrase the question then. Who are your 10 favorites?
Woody was like, I thought I was one of your top 10. I was like, are you serious?
Not at all. Not at all.
But let me rephrase the question then. Who will be your 10 favorites that you love to hang
Man, that was
with?
20 years ago. I don't even know who my top 10 is.
Right,
I haven't
right.
seen anybody yet.
Okay, cool. That's what's up.
My top 10 is probably comics that y'all probably don't even know.
No, I heard that. If
Because
you-
a lot of comics I see that's really good that really didn't get their break yet.
Uh-huh.
It's a lot of comics that got breaks that other comics probably should have gotten.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Well, who do you think is next up?
Well, it's a guy out here named Marshall Brandon.
Oh yeah,
Really good.
yeah, Marshall.
He's good at writing too. Every time you see him, he got something different and new. I think Little Rel is funny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
And
Lil
another
Rel's
guy
funny.
in,
He's killing it on the Shy.
It's another guy in Chicago. I think he's probably in my top 5.
Hmm. Wow. Now let
His
me.
name is Brian
Brian.
Wildcat.
Wildcat.
The Wildcat, yeah.
The Wildcat. Yeah.
Y'all can't tell me he ain't funny.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
Wildcat.
yeah,
He's
that-
got one of those old school deliveries. Yes,
oh, yeah,
indeed.
he's really funny.
Oh, yeah.
To me, he should have had a break.
To me
Rashid
as
used to be
well.
in my top.
Yeah, Rashid definitely.
Yeah. Dave Chappelle definitely. But people ask me who my favorite comic is. Probably Chris Rock.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle is running neck and neck because they common sense comics.
Right.
You know,
Right.
they make you think, and they tell the truth, and they're always up on current events.
Yeah.
And I try to tell comics, try to do stuff that people want to hear right now. They don't want to hear that old stuff and the cliche and one-liners and, you know, stuff that any comic can do.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you give me your opinion, the person that's really good at it is Eddie Griffin.
Oh, excellent.
Eddie got one of my all-time favorite shows, the Niggas in History.
Oh
That's
my
one
God,
of my.
this guy, let me tell you something. I went to see the Downtown Comedy, that tour they had.
Yeah. Yeah.
Eddie Griffin was the only one that changed his set, and I went to see it 4 times.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
He was the only one that changed his set every time I saw it.
That's
DL
amazing.
did the same set. George Lopez did the same set. Dave Cedric did the same set. All 4 shows.
Yeah.
Eddie came out there and did something totally different.
Yeah. You have to respect that.
Yeah, definitely.
Even Charlie Murphy got Rest of Dead. He did something different almost every show.
Wow. Wow.
But Eddie Griffin, and I see Eddie Griffin go for almost 3 hours one time in L.A.
Wow.
I almost had a nap and breakfast and everything.
Yeah. Was that on
Sun?
Sunset, the comedy
But
store?
you know, another person that was in my top 10 was Downtown Tony Brown. If you're talking about
Wow.
Detroit.
Hysterical. Hysterical dude.
Yeah, he was funny.
Just won't leave Detroit.
he won't leave Detroit. That was my problem. And then when I did send him out of Detroit, he was looking for something that people was like upset about.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, look, he used to call me. This is funny. He used to call me, Tina, I've been clean 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. He said, you can book me now. I said,
2
"You been clean
weeks.
2 weeks, huh? Okay.
Soon as he
I
get
won't book
paid,
him. 2 months. 2 months later, I go by. He'll call me. He said, Tina, I've been clean 2 weeks.
again.
Okay. I'll see if I can find some work. 3 months go by. Tina, I've been clean 2 weeks. I said, no, call what? Call me when you've been clean 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Downtown Tony Brown.
I tried, man. I tried so hard. But but he's still one of the funniest people I know.
Yes, indeed.
I see him do 2 hours. I came back the next day. He did another 2 hours. None of the same
Different stuff.
Different. It
Yeah.
was hilarious.
Oh my God. He could go
was
all
so
day.
Underrated. You know, he was actually the headliner for the Def Comedy Jam tour when it came out.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, I remember
Bernie
that.
Mac was hosting. He was the headliner.
Mm-hmm.
Him, Simply Marvelous. I think, Def Jam was managing comics during that time, too. But Bernie never signed with them, and Chris Tucker was on the tour with him.
Yeah.
Roy L. Watkins.
Yeah.
See, I wasn't Def Comedy Jam during that time, because I was Uptown Comic Club.
Now, Roy,
Skipping a whole lot of stuff, because I can't really talk about it right now.
Right. No, we understand.
Now, Roy L. Watkins, I see his name on a lot of TV shows. He did a lot of writing, didn't he?
He did a lot of writing. Him
Yeah.
and Buddy Lewis.
Yeah, Buddy was the meanest comic I've ever worked with.
Are you serious?
Bunny, I mean, mean as in, is delivering his comedy style. Like, I hate so and so, but funny as hell. But the way he his delivery, and the way he comes off is so mean. It's so, oh my God.
Bunny was down with the right camp. Bunny was down with like Speedy and he was with the
What's my man's?
Jamie Foxx.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Jamie Foxx crew. Yeah.
The Oakland crew.
Yeah.
But Bunny was always a nice guy.
Yeah, nice
But Bunny
guy.
did a lot of plays too.
Right.
He was doing a lot of plays.
Right.
He been in commercials, too.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That too.
Buddy was
But
the
you know who else
angriest.
had a lot of endorsements too before he passed away, but then he got in trouble with the radio. Todd Lynn, that's another one.
Todd Allen Lynn from Cincinnati.
I just seen him with my wife and kids the other
Talking
day.
much shit over the phone. He was like, I am the funniest guy in the world. I was like, really? I said, really? He would call me. You know, I am the funniest. I'm funny. What's the guy that used to host Family Feud, the original host? He had a comedy club, I guess.
Richard Dawson?
Huh?
Family Feud? That was Richard Dawson, the original.
Richard Dawson had a comedy club, yes.
Did he really?
Because, he was a comedian, too.
Right.
I know he was a stand-up, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he had a comedy club in Cincinnati. That's how I know Todd. And he would call me and say he was the funniest man in the whole world. I said, you know what? We had this place called the Peppermint Lounge. on
Peppermint,
Thursday night.
yes.
That's where, if you didn't do good in there, you couldn't do Def Comedy.
No. Peppermint
So
was...
I said, you know what? Come to my house and do the Peppermint Lounge. I did this to D-Ray.
Right.
D-Ray thought he was the funniest thing in Chicago.
Yeah.
I said, okay,
Yeah.
come to the Peppermint Lounge.
Just because he was hosting the click. Yeah.
He was new in the game.
Right.
Trust me. He was straight out of college.
I
And
remember.
D-Ray said...
Tony Schofield was his
But
funniest
Todd
thing in
Lynn,
Chicago.
I said, you can stay at my house, my apartment. I had 2 bedrooms. I stayed at that same apartment for 18 years. I watched these guys grow for 18 years.
Wow.
Anyway, he came. I realized he had something wrong with his little hand and shit.
Yeah, his arm.
He tried to hide it all the time.
Mhm.
He came to my house. He must have been homesick because he ever left Cincinnati before. Yeah, but he was from Mississippi.
Yeah.
I didn't know that until he passed away.
Yeah.
But anyway, he came. He was always on the phone. I was like, that's when the phone company used to send you a list of every phone call you had.
Right.
And the price, and it would come like a month later.
Uh-huh.
So anyway, he was always using a calling card. I said, you're on the phone a lot. You don't know nobody. Anyway, he came and did the Peppermint. This is 1995. He came to the Peppermint. He killed it.
Oh, sure. Sure.
And I took him around the other clubs. And then he left. He came back. The same time my phone bill came back.
And that,
$1,600.
yeah, that butted heads. Yeah.
Yo, I had booked him on about 5 different shows in one night. I called every club and told them to tell him if he ain't got $1,000 in his hand by the time you get back to the
Get a hotel room.
kill him.
Get a
He was
room.
getting the door good. He handed me money.
Right.
I was so mad at Todd.
I would have
But
been
man,
too.
Todd became one of my best friends.
Ty was a cool guy.
Yeah,
He was. You know, and he finally moved here. He stayed with me for about a month or so, and then he got his own place. I was like the stepping stone for these guys. That's
Yeah,
why they call me
no
the
doubt.
godmother of comedy.
Yeah.
Like,
I've
it's
heard
more
so
than
many
comedy
stories.
with me.
More than we can share on here, Tina. I've heard
Right.
so many stories.
Yeah. Everybody loves you, Tina.
I go way far and beyond with these guys, you know, and they become family to me. So when stuff like that, when they pass away, it's like my heart's broken.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because they're more family to me than
Sure.
my family. I'm
Sure.
gonna be honest with you.
Sure. Sure.
When I got deathly ill in 2007, it was the comics that came to my rescue.
It was the comics.
They went all out. I mean, they did something for me at Caroline's. I was so sick I can't even remember. All I know is they said they turned away 700 people.
Wow.
I know Tommy Davidson couldn't get in, and I took a hiatus from comedy until they called me for Who's Got Jokes.
Oh, wow, and that's when we met up again, too.
That's when we met in Chicago, yeah. But we had talked over the phone because you interviewed me for.
Yep.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you, Tina.
I'm just realizing that was over 10 years ago.
Yep. That was... Oh, wow. That was like
2009.
2009.
Yeah.
Yep. I still keep in touch with Ricky Hughes. She's in Yellow Springs right now doing
She's
Dave
doing
Chappelle's.
really good.
She is.
She got like an Emmy Award or something.
Yes. Yep.
I'm so proud of her.
I know. Yep. So she's filming Dave Chappelle's stuff right now for him.
Yes. Yes. She's really good.
Mm-hmm.
She deserves it. She's been in the business a long time.
A long time.
Plugging away.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this question that I ask everybody that comes on this show. Now we know you are a great promoter, great TV show person. Now, if you had the opportunity to book the all-time ultimate greatest comedy show, who do you got on this show as your host, opener, feature, and headliner? And it can be past or present.
Oh, that's a tough one. Hosting, I'm going to be honest with you. Maury Lawrence is probably one of the best hosts I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But you know what else is good? Talent. It's probably really good at hosting.
Really good host.
Yeah. I think he's a better host than stand-up, I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah. I would
Even
agree.
Martin is a better host than stand-up.
Yeah, I would agree.
That
Both of
stand-up,
those,
that
yeah.
run tell that stuff, terrible.
Terrible.
Even the other stuff, he's horrible stand-up. But
Yeah.
hosting, he's good at it.
No better physical comic than Martin.
Exactly. And hosting, he's one of those people, he ain't trying to do 20 minutes in between trying to upstage the next person. He do his stuff up front, and he brings everybody right on.
Yeah.
He might tag your stuff and keep it moving.
Yeah.
That's a good host.
Very professional, yeah.
When I see comics do 20 minutes in between bringing the next person up, he could never host for me.
Earthquake would do a half hour down in Atlanta when
And
he was.
that's one of the reasons why he was late doing Def Comedy Jam.
Yeah.
You know, there was a lot of them that was late doing Def Comedy Jam, but Earthquake came into his voice.
Yeah.
Because when we was watch Earthquake back in the day, he sounded like everybody that he was putting on his stage.
Sure.
Then he came into his own style.
Uh-huh.
And that takes time.
That takes time.
It takes time to find out what your niche is and what the people are liking you for.
Yeah. To
And
find
what's
yourself.
What's your signature that people remember you by? Because people are either going to remember you by your joke or what you look like.
Yeah.
Before they remember your name. Because people still call me and say, Tina, I want to book that guy. You know the guy. He do about the baby mamas. And he be hating on the women. And Corey Holcomb, they be like, oh, yeah, that's his name.
That's him.
And I be telling comics, if I have to describe you, you're not a household name.
Right.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Right.
Actually,
they only know you by your joke.
Right.
you got to make people want to remember your name.
Uh-huh.
Right.
And that's what Uptown Comedy Club used to do. They would make the people remember you. Hamburger used to be Alonzo Longhorn Jones.
Yes.
But he said hamburger after everything. He was like, that's your name.
Hamburger. Yeah.
Cool Bubba Ice was Roger McCobb.
Uh-huh.
They said, we're going to give you Cool Bubba Ice. They would make people remember you. You have to make people remember you.
Sure.
Other than that, you're just a guy up there telling a joke. If you don't stand out from the rest, nobody's going to be in the lobby where they're giving all kind of accolades to the guy that was funny, and they're going to look at you and be like, give you that nod, like, you all right.
Yeah. You was on the show, too. You did good.
Wait, next You're like, yo, you established, so you gonna be next and scan your autograph, and you standing there like chopped liver.
Right. Can't sell a DVD.
Okay. One time somebody was selling DVDs at my club. They was like, could you find my DVD? And then somebody was like, do they still make those? I wanted to cry. They still sell those?
That is hysterical. Okay, keep going. You said your host. Now your feature.
I like Wildcat.
Wildcat. For a guest spot or the feature?
Or the opener.
I do all headliners, honey. Ain't no.
Ain't no guest spot. It's just okay.
No, it's a thing where anybody can close. Probably Melanie Camacho.
Mel's funny.
Yeah.
I love Mel.
Let me see. You talking celebrity too?
It did. Whoever
Whatever,
you put it, they
yeah.
can be past or present. They can be dead or alive. This is just the ultimate show.
Okay, we want the ultimate show. Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, Wildcat, probably Mike Epps, because I'm showing favoritism.
Yeah.
We know that's your boy.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's my man's too.
And Melanie Camacho.
And Mel Camacho.
Now I know a favorite female comedian I used to love back in the day. I think she was didn't Montana Taylor host Comic View?
Yes, she did.
Now whatever happened to Montana? She was one of the funniest comedians when I used to watch it back in the day.
Well, I put Montana on Showtime at the Apollo back in '92.
Okay.
I saw her. Who else I saw? I saw Jay Lamont. This was back in '92. They all was fairly new back then. And Rashawn McDonald had a comedy club called the Hip Hop Comedy Stop. I don't know if y'all remember that. Y'all knew Rashawn McDonald?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's Steve Harvey's people, right?
Yes, but they all was pretty much equal back then. Because Steve Harvey had a comedy club too
Right.
in Dallas.
Then Jay Lamont,
That's how they
beatboxer.
got on Def Comedy Jam, because they hosted like I do.
Right.
If you host the show, I'm putting you on too. That's the deal.
Right.
That's the politics. Period.
Exactly.
I put Monique on Snaps because she's a comedian, and Ricky Smiley too. Ricky Smiley, I put him on Snaps, and he had just got shot.
Yeah, with a shotgun.
Yeah, he talk about
With a
that
shot.
too.
And I'm like, oh my God. When I called him, I was like, look, you made the show. And somebody was like, he in the hospital. He got shot. Now we have to do the airlines and the hotel. And I'm calling him to get his information. They was like, he got shot. And I said, oh my God, I'm going to have to replace him. And he must have found out and called me from the hospital and said, don't replace me. I'll be there.
I'll be there. It's not that
you
bad.
Watch it, you can see they had one of those parking meters that you had to pick up. You can see when they won, because he was on the team with Tanner and Monique.
Right.
And Ricky. When they went to pick it up, he couldn't pick it up.
Yeah. It
was too weak to do it.
No doubt.
But we were doing this a month out, because back then, if you didn't do your tickets a month out, same thing now. You had to pay top dollar for a ticket. But yeah, he got shot, and I went to Monterey Ivy, who was the producer, and I said, "Oh my God, Ricky got shot." And he was, I said, "What am I supposed to do?" He said, "You're the talent producer. You figure it out." He said, "That's your call."
Yeah, Ricky said he was in a phone booth.
Yeah, he was in a phone booth. He got, and it was how time repeats itself. His daughter got shot 3 times.
Right.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
He got shot 3 times, and she got shot 3 times.
Yeah.
Ain't that something?
That is
bananas.
Something. Yeah.
And somebody had sent me an excerpt from a book, and I was like, "What is this?" And they said, it had my name in it, and I said, "What is this?" And they said, "That's from Ricky Smiley's book. He mentioned you in his book."
Oh, how about that?
Yeah.
Hey. How nice. How nice.
That was nice.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a good guy.
Yes, he is.
Yeah,
Yes, he is.
I can truly tell
Back
you
in the
out
day, I
there.
could get these guys on the phone like it was nothing.
Yeah. Not anymore.
I gotta
Yeah.
go through management. I gotta go through security.
Well, you can call me, and I'll come and kill. I'm like Ty Lee, and I'm the funniest thing you done seen now.
Is that right?
Ask Tony Roberts and everybody. Ask everybody.
And
It was a little dude in New York doing all my whole set. I forget his name. He was a Rip. His name is Rip, and that was a good name for him because he ripped all the material from everybody in Ohio, and he ran out to New York and was doing all of my jokes. And
What, Rip is from where? Detroit?
no, Rip is from Dayton. He's from Dayton, Ohio, originally.
He's still doing comedy?
Where did he go? To Detroit or Chicago?
I don't know where he went.
He wasn't coming from Ohio.
Yeah, well, he I know he was there because when I went there, he was there.
Yeah, no, I'm saying when he came here, he was from either Chicago or Detroit.
Yeah, he might have lied about where he was from.
He ripped the city too.
He ripped the city too. Goodness gracious. He's just ripping all over the place. But I'll tell him to his face.
That's Luther Vandross. He knew how to make it his own.
Yeah. He knew how to make it his own. Yeah. Like you said, you got to be a writer.
I know, because I know comics, that I've heard bits and pieces of other people's stuff.
Right.
But my thing with Rip is he was good at snapping. He was good because I did a contest, and Cortez won, but Cortez, he died too. He was the king of snaps out here.
Yeah.
And I had like 30 people on the list. The prize was $1,000. Everybody became a snapper all of a sudden.
Sure.
They saw $1,000. They was like, I can snap.
Mm-hmm.
But when Cortez wasn't on the list at the time, it was like 30 people. And Cortez put his name on the list, and everybody was like, take my name off.
Take my name off, because he's going to snap my head off.
But see, Rip did not know Cortez.
Right.
Him and not Jonathan Martin, but, what's his name? I can't think of his name now. But anyway, they gave him, you know who else gave him a run? Dawn B.
Who?
Dawn Boatman. I think she's from Detroit.
Yeah.
Dawn, she was hanging
John
in
is
there with
cold.
the guys, man.
No doubt.
And it was
No
packed.
doubt.
There must have been 500 people in the audience.
Mm-hmm.
It was packed. And Cortez won, but she gave him a run. I wasn't gonna lie. But Rip came in second.
Did he really?
Yeah, but he took it to a whole nother level. Then he went to Nick Cannon. He's the one that actually started the tour.
The
Wildin' Out
The
tour.
Wildin' Out tour?
Yeah, he's the one that came up with that.
Oh, you talking about Rip?
Rip Michaels.
Rip Michaels,
Rip,
yeah. We did a show in Dayton.
And I think he opened the comic.
That's where he's from.
Rip is a businessman. Don't get it twisted. Because when Rashid died, he stepped right in his boots.
Right. No
and
doubt.
he took over his cause. But Rashid had already. It was all about Rashid, honey.
Sure. He was established. Rashid was funny.
Duplicate when somebody got their own following. Even David Rosier.
Yeah.
He died. He was in a wheelchair.
Right.
Yeah.
That was my buddy, man. He was probably one of my biggest fans. I was one of his biggest fans. It's so many. It's just heartbreaking.
Yeah, we used to go to the bodegos to get wraps, and Rashid would go in and he would be so funny in the store to the guys. They would give us free beer and stuff.
Yeah, everybody loved Rashid had that effect on
Oh my God, they would give us free wraps and everything. Because he was just going crazy. Oh my God.
I love him.
I love that guy.
I'm so heartbroken about all these guys, and I was so close to them. And so why they taking all the good ones?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I had a gambling problem, and I would be in Atlantic City. I'd run out of money, and I'd be like, who am I call? I would call Todd Mann, and he would wire me money all the time. And he was like, you at the casino again? I said, just wire me the money.
Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry about where I'm at.
He would wire me the money like it was nothing. It was like, okay. And a month later, I'll be like, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. He was like, what do you want? Don't tell me you gambling again.
Gambling again, yeah, I am.
He was like, I said, send wire me some money. So he wired me like $500.
Todd had the best rooms.
He would never ask for it back.
He had the best rooms in Cincinnati. I mean, the best comedy rooms. I guess he would pick. Well, when you do it for a while, you know the best spots and what's more conducive. The places that are more conducive to comedy, and he would have the best spots. And me and Lavelle Crawford was backstage one day, like, these are the best places, man, in this Cincinnati, Ohio. And there will be the most beautiful comedy club with a green room and everything. I mean, right, you'll come out the door right to the stage.
Yeah.
And these were some beautiful rooms. I don't know what happened to well, the people in Cincinnati aren't as funny as Todd anymore, but you know.
Well, the thing is, if you don't have a platform to get funny, you know,
Yeah.
you need those rooms.
Yeah.
You need those comedy nights.
Right.
You know, those open mic stuff. You know, that's why I keep those going no matter what. I keep them going so the new generation can get up there and, you know.
And harness their craft.
Every
Yeah.
10 years, there's somebody new. Period.
Right.
Yeah.
Every 10 years. I'm like, you know what? Keep writing, because even if you don't do stand-up, you can write.
You can write. Just hone the
You
craft.
can write. You have to be able to write. And the best way to do that is take the improv class, because when you improv, you can make anything funny. Because I've seen people get up there and improv, and they'll improv something and don't have a joke to follow it. It's like, say goodnight.
Yeah, say
The joke
goodnight.
is funny as your last joke. If you can't follow
right.
that joke,
Right.
you done enough time,
Uh-huh.
get off the stage.
Yeah.
Because all people remember was, he was funny.
Right. A good leave
You
is
trying
better
to
than a
reach
bad.
trying to top that, what you just did?
Don't do it. Don't try. Yeah.
Don't. Because I have a shovel waiting for you.
Yeah.
Put the dirt on you. Put the dirt. Just bury yourself.
No doubt about it. No doubt. It was just great talking to you.
Yeah.
Goodness
Yeah, it really
gracious.
was.
It was.
Oh my
With
God.
all these stories, I see why they call you the godmother.
I have my shades. When I put my shades on, it's like, okay, you know what that means. Get off.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
The
it.
comics be in the corner. The comics stand in the corner and watch my face.
Yeah. You don't have to hit him with a
Flashlight,
flashlight.
I was
or
just about to say
anything.
that.
Yeah.
They be like,
No lighter.
That vein popping up. He need to get off. She got a vein.
Right.
She put on the shades. Oh my God.
Goodness gracious. That
I
is.
said, the comics, they so disrespectful, some of them. They come up to me while another comic is on stage.
Yeah.
And I said, did somebody come talk to me while you were on stage?
Yeah. Right.
They'd be like,
So
"Oh,
disrespectful.
I'm sorry."
Yeah. So disrespectful. Yeah.
You're trying to lose points right now.
Mm-hmm. It's
Don't do
etiquette.
that. You see this guy on stage, I'm supposed to be watching him. You going to come over and ask me questions?
Yeah.
And comics like when I diss other comics. They be like, I tell comics, don't ask me
How I did.
how you did if you don't want your feelings hurt.
Right. If you have to ask
How did I
me,
do? I said, were the people laughing?
yeah. If you have to ask me, then I think you know.
Absolutely. There wasn't nobody laughing. My thing is, and I'll be like, you know, that it was funny, but it was even funnier in 1994 when such and such did it.
Yeah.
Fall
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I laughed back then when they did. When Cedric did that, yes, it was funny as hell. But you doing it tonight,
Exactly.
it took away from it. The originality is gone.
Some comics do it word for word.
It's verbatim. Yeah, they would.
They wonder why I don't put them on.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the thing is, what they don't realize, if I'm auditioning in your town, you got the room laced with your people.
Uh-huh. Right.
And you're talking some local stuff that nobody's going to get in New York.
No,
Right.
no, they're not.
Or they're not going to get it in Arizona.
Yeah.
They're not going to get it in Phoenix. They're not going to get it in
Anywhere else.
in Hawaii. They're not going to get it. You have to stay universally funny.
Universally funny.
You know, and it's a thing where they get up there and put music in their act, and they don't realize we can't use that on TV.
Yeah.
First of all, you got music in your act. This ain't a music show. This is stand-up
It's
comedy.
stand-up comedy.
And why
Yeah.
are you pacing the stage like you're a rock star? This is why they put a microphone and a stool on
And
the
a stool,
stage.
yeah, so you
it's
can-
called stand-up comedy. You're in a room full of 200 people. You pacing the floor. Why? Stand up and talk to these people. Or
Yeah.
sit down and tell your joke. Something.
And,
You're
and,
all over the place.
and the majority of good comedy clubs, the stage is very small.
Right.
Absolutely. And this is because it's stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
The stage is really small.
Yeah,
You're walking like a rock star.
I agree. I agree totally.
That's hilarious.
I agree totally. It's great. I've introduced people,
Next.
and they would be like, "Oh, you messed my setup because they messed my setup because my song. They messed my song up." I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Is that if that messed your setup?
You just wasn't ready.
We had that happen on
Really?
Yes.
Somebody they messed my music
They were
up.
so upset about it. Benji Brown. He was so upset
Benji?
about the music.
He messed my music up.
He even had clearance for the music or whatever. Even if he did,
Kiki.
he wasn't gonna use it.
Yeah, even if you
And he was
did.
mad, and he had a mean set. I don't even think they aired it. But yeah, he was mad about them messing up his music, and it was like, we can't use music in your set. It's HBO.
Yeah.
Nobody's getting that clearance for it. Even Marvin Dixon tried to get it,
Uh-huh.
and he had permission from Luke,
Right.
and they still wouldn't use it.
Still wouldn't use it.
He
Right.
still took them clothes off and a G-string on.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And he would
For that.
and he would prep the crowd. I worked with Marv a few times. He would prep the crowd. Hey guys, I've gotten a standing ovation every time I've done this joke. Don't let me down. And I'm like, why are you
You know what? Last time I talked to him, he was at 550,406.
standing O's?
Yeah, but he know how. Let me tell you something. Marvin's a businessman.
Yes, he is.
He know how to pack a house,
Yes, he does.
and he looked out for me like no other comic. You know, for real.
Uh-huh.
Even back in the day, he let me book Miami Nights, and that was a rough room.
Yeah, you had to bring it.
559 in Atlanta.
You had to bring it. Yeah.
You had to
Peppermint,
bring
New
it,
York. Yeah, you got to bring
and
it.
if you weren't good enough, you just, and they were paying. Then I booked he brought me in to book the Improv too. And in Miami, yeah, Miami Nights was rough though.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Miami Nights was rough.
Yeah.
But they wanted that
Rose-
smart
Todd Rose
niggerness.
is from Jersey, right?
Uh-huh.
And Cobb bombed so bad at the Peppermint Lounge. He went to Miami. I saw him a couple of years later. We went down there to audition, and he was funny.
Right. Right.
He came back to the Peppermint to redeem himself.
Right. Right.
Because, he does impressions and everything. But he went to Miami to get funny.
Right. Went to Miami to get funny.
He came back to redeem himself, and he did well.
Right. Like
I was like, boy,
I'm ready
you
now.
went out here with your head between your legs.
Well, back then, our audiences wanted like intellectual niggerdom. If I could say that, intellectual niggerdom, and if you weren't full-fledged nigger and a smart,
He was practicing booing like the Apollo.
like the Apollo, they were practicing. Yeah, yeah. I mean, oh my God, they.
And it was part of the creative tour.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all know, they used to have a tour out here called the Creative Tour.
Did they?
In the South.
Did they?
Yeah, it was North Carolina. Nate Smith was in charge of it.
Was he?
And the feature had to drive the headliner around.
Yeah.
Me and Doodle Brown was talking about this the other night.
Yeah. I did my first shows with Doodle Brown and Zoo Man, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. I didn't know Zoo Man was too young to be in my club.
You didn't?
I saw his age. And I said, oh my God. And I called Zoo Man. I said, Zoo Man, why you ain't tell me you weren't but 19 or 20 coming to the Mirage? He said, you never asked.
You never asked me.
Because he's from Plainfield, New Jersey.
Yeah.
And he would come, and I would put him on. He would come in there with a little Shaka Zulu shit on.
Uh-huh.
And his little cane.
And lick a shot if you got some money. Yeah. Yeah.
He was fine as all outdoors. I was like, man, I'm putting him on.
I'm putting him on.
He was funny.
Yeah.
And he could sing and dance.
And he could sing. He was a very talented guy. Very talented. Yeah.
That's why I was advocating for Apion Crockett to be on Def Comedy Jam.
Uh-huh.
I found out he was from North Carolina and he could dance.
And he's very talented.
Very talented.
He can do everything.
Yeah.
And I said, you got to do the dancing on Def Jam. And so anyway, after that, me and him stayed in contact because he used to save my ass at Pizzazz.
Uh-huh.
He would always go to Pizzazz. And Griff.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's my guy
Griff
right
used to go,
there.
I don't know if Griff was from that area too.
Griff from D.C.
Okay, it wasn't that far then. He was from Norfolk. The club was in Norfolk, Virginia.
Okay. Yeah.
But no, really, they didn't have a whole lot of comics.
No, they didn't. They didn't.
So APL would come all the way from North Carolina and do it for me.
I forget the promoter. He had dreadlocks in Norfolk. I forget the guy's name. But he was really cool. Really cool
It was
guy.
this little short guy
Short guy with dreads.
on a bicycle.
Yes. And
Oscar.
smoked beanies.
His name was Oscar.
Oscar, and he smoked
He
beanies.
sent me pictures every week, everybody.
Smoke beans.
This is the first time I ever smoked a beanie. He was like, I was like, what is that? He's like, I was like, I thought he was smoking weed. Tina, I thought he was smoking weed. He's like, you want one? I'm like, yeah.
And that was an actual comedy club because it was from Thursday it was Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I think it was.
Right, and he had Sheila New hosting when I was there.
Yep.
Oh
I
my
hardly ever
God.
went to these comedy clubs. I would book these comedy clubs and never go to them. Even Miami, they were like, you got to come once a month. I came every 6 months.
Every 6 months, and you were booking
Then I had
it.
another comedy spot in Tampa that was really nice. And I wouldn't go. I would talk to these promoters over the phone and never meet them.
Wow.
Oh wow.
So when I was doing Tampa, there was a girl named Uisa. She worked for Canada Air, something like that. Air Canada.
Air Canada.
Anyway, she wanted to be a promoter. So I was like, she called me up. Oh, I think Marvin Dixon might have gave her my number or something. So Marvin was always looking out for me. So I started booking her room. She said, when are you coming to Tampa? I was like, I don't know. When I book somebody I want to be with.
Right.
I want to hang out with.
Yeah,
So
kick
I
it
put
with.
Tracy Morgan and Brooklyn Mike together.
Right,
I
right.
used to book Tracy Morgan and Talent together until they fell out
Mm-hmm.
in the studio
Mm-hmm.
and the snaps.
Yeah, and it wasn't talent. Let me just say,
Oh
it
my
wasn't
God.
talent.
Oh my God! I don't even want to talk about that. That was almost
Yeah,
in the blow.
it wasn't talent at all.
Huh?
Talent wasn't the reason for the fallout.
We were doing an album called Snaps, and they were practicing, and it got real personal.
Right, right.
I was like, yo, me and Fig and Brooklyn Mike was on the floor laughing, and they got real personal. But the thing is, they were practicing for the album.
Uh-huh. And they start
Anyway,
going,
I'll go back to Tampa.
yeah.
I had a room in Tampa, and I finally met the promoter. I'm in the airport. Everybody got their bags. I'm sitting on my bag. Like, where's this person at? Okay. They're not here yet. This is 1995.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Anyway, I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, everybody gone. So I'm like, I never met this person before. So I'm like, they're supposed to have a sign. So I went over to the booth. I said, could you to have them announce, that I'm at the counter, at a baggage claim. So as soon as I'm walking to the thing, I hear over the counter, it said Tina Graham to the baggage claim. I was like, wait a minute, I just was over there. So I walk back over there, and I see this girl walking towards me. And I said, okay, that must be her. So she came up to me. She said, are you Tina Graham? And I said, yeah. She said, I was looking for some big, fat, black people. Girl.
Get out of here. Like, yeah, no.
I'm about to weigh 102 pounds. And she said, I was looking for some big, old, fat, black girl. And I was like, why? She said, because you sound big over the phone.
And black. With a fade.
I top fade. Oh my God. And so we had so much fun. I was there for like 3 days. I had Tracy Morgan and I had my girlfriend came with me, Mika. We had a ball. So I had Tracy Morgan and
Brooklyn Mike.
Mike.
Yeah.
It's pictures of us. I'm in a bikini. Urisa. We on jet skis. I had the nerve to get on the jet skis with Tracy Morgan. Granted, I can't swim.
Girl.
I just knew my life had been flashed before me.
That can't swim, but on jet skis.
I don't know what I was thinking, and I don't even drink. I was like, what in the possessed me to get on these?
Yeah.
I was having so much fun. I was like, I'm getting on these. I got on with Tracy Morgan. He was the biggest fool. I'm like, Lord, get me back. Get me please. He's out there doing wheelies, all kinds of stuff. I was like, Lord, if I fall off this jet skis, I'm going to die. I wanted to kill Tracy Morgan. That was my fault.
Well, we see with all
Every
these.
time I post that picture on Facebook, they were like, that's his humble days.
Yeah.
I was like, stop putting negative stuff on my pictures.
With all these stories, we can definitely tell you are the godmother of comedy.
Yes,
For
indeed.
sure.
Yes,
I know we can
indeed.
keep
And
going.
we can keep going all
to
night.
tomorrow.
Well, we've enjoyed you so much. We've actually went 48 minutes over our time, but it's all good, and we can
all good.
and we can do 300.
And we didn't even know.
We can do 3 days more, but
Tina, it was unbeknownst to us. We weren't clock watching or anything.
At all. We like, whoa. Look
I just happened to look up and be like, hey, I gotta go to work. I gotta go to work in a little
I'm
bit.
gonna do one of my rooms.
Right. I've got to get back to New York.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I need to get up there too. I did a comedy on Broadway last year. That was interesting.
Which one, Caroline's?
No, the comedy on Broadway with I don't know if you know Julie.
Broadway Comedy Club?
Yeah, Broadway. Yeah, I don't know if you know Julius, run that Julius Donette, white dude.
No, I was supposed to go there when Lord died.
Yeah, I actually was on a show with Artie, and that was pretty interesting.
I haven't seen Artie Fuqua in so long, and he's Sagittarius like I am.
Yeah, I didn't know he was in the accident with Tracy Morgan until he talked about
He
that.
was in a coma longer than Tracy.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I did not know that till he was talking about it that night.
Uncle Jimmy Mac was good friends. I had Uncle Jimmy Mac on Snaps also.
Right.
It's like 3 people from that show died, because Ray Russell, he died.
Mm-hmm.
He needed a heart. He was from Mobile, Alabama. I saw him with Ricky. I saw him on the showcase with Ricky.
Right. Ricky used to bring him, let him open for him around the country.
Ray Russell, he was
Yeah.
good. His nephew became like from what I hear, he was the worst quarterback in the fucking in the NFL. DeMarcus Russell.
Yeah.
That was his nephew.
Well,
Oh, wow.
yeah. He was one of them.
Yeah.
One of the worst. Yes, he
He
was.
was the worst. Anyway, when he got drafted, Ray didn't have to worry about anything anymore. So he didn't have to worry about comedy.
Yeah.
He was one of my house guests, too. He probably one of my worst house guests, but I loved him to death. Because when I came to New Orleans or anywhere like that, he was right there to ride me around.
I know that's right.
Well,
That's a
well,
beautiful
One of the
thing.
good
I need
guys.
to get up there and be your house guest because I cook, I clean, I do everything. So
Yeah, I left that apartment. I got evicted from that apartment store around 2008. Then I found out they had went up on the rent everywhere.
And they didn't know about all your house
For
guests.
18 years paying $650 a month, heat and hot water included. You don't know what's going on in the outside world.
Right.
And it was a 2-bedroom. It was big. It was huge. That's why the comics come there. We partied like rock stars, honey.
no,
One night, me, Chris Tucker, Reggie McFadden.
Wow.
I had a house full of comics. We played Truth or Dare all night. And
I bet
said,
that's
what
fun with
goes
a
on
bunch
here
of comics.
stays here.
Yeah, it's got a
A few
stack.
months later, I called L.A. for Chris Tucker. Now, this one, Chris Tucker was sleeping on Maestro Clark's floor.
Uh-huh. Maestro
1994.
Brian Clark from Dayton,
This
Ohio.
was 1994. Nobody was pretty much famous, but Chris got a lot of accolades for doing Def Comedy Jam.
Yeah.
So anyway, I was booked him, and Maestro, I called there for Maestro Clark.
Brian,
And
yeah.
A.J. Johnson and Chris Tucker used to be boys,
Uh-huh.
because they used to share jokes. I
Right.
don't know if you know
Well,
that.
AJ's not a real stand-up.
Anyway, because Chris Tucker really didn't have a lot of material. But
Right.
A.J. Johnson, they would kind of share jokes, you know. Chris would borrow jokes from A.J. But Chris had that voice would make it his.
Yeah.
So anyway, I called there, and A.J. answered the phone. My number popped up on the ID. And A.J. answered the phone. And A.J. said, "How dare you have a truth or dare, and I wasn't there." Chris talking in the background, "Nah, man, you ain't supposed to say nothing. You ain't supposed to say nothing." I said, "Put Chris on the phone." He said, "I can't believe you had a truth or dare. You know I'm a freak. Why you want to do something? Not invite me." I was like, "AJ, put Chris on the phone." "Nah, man, you ain't supposed to say nothing. You ain't supposed to say nothing."
You know I'm a freak. That is
What
hilarious.
is going on? Chris went to L.A. and told AJ that we played Truth or Dare all night.
I bet that was fun with a bunch of comics.
Kill
though.
him. Royal Watkins was there too. Oh my God. Yeah, the walls can talk.
Right. But Miss Graham, we sure appreciate having you on the show, man.
Definitely.
And man, this was, I mean, I heard within this conversation, I've heard so many comedians' names mentioned.
I was typing them all in
So
on
many
Facebook
great stories. I mean, it was to the point where I just had to just shut up and just listen, and it was
I want
amazing.
to tell you a joke about Lavelle Crawford and G-Thing.
What
Ooh,
happened?
I ain't heard G-Thing name in a long time.
Oh, I see him on Facebook all the time.
Well, this one here owned a nail shop and it was promoted in St. Louis. Him and Lavelle was partners in comedy shows, and we would get mad at G-Think because G-Think would always call his shows Def Comedy Jam.
Right.
And I told him to stop doing that. And then Bob got mad about it. And he did a show, and we would come in there. And G-Think would always call me for comics that he couldn't get. And I would help him out with that, like with some more and people like that.
Yeah.
And, but I said you can't call the show Def Comedy Jam because we still on tour in St. Louis. It's one of our spots.
Yeah, you can't say
He
that.
did it anyway. And then Lavelle got blamed for it because they were partners. And Lavelle never could do Def Comedy Jam after that because Bob fell out.
Wow.
But me and Lavelle stayed friends. So Lavelle got picked to do Showtime at the Apollo.
Uh-huh.
And G-Thing thought he would tag along and try to get on because G-Thing was a closet comic at the time.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of the promoters are closet comics and radio personalities too.
Uh-huh.
So anyway, he got here, and I went to the show, and I left. And Lavelle called me when I got home. He called me. He said, Tina, can you come get me? G-Thing drove Lavelle here from St. Louis.
Right.
Neither one of them had ever been to New York. So I was like, what happened? He said, Lavelle, G-Thing left me. I said, he left you in Harlem?
He left you in Harlem.
He said, could you come get me? I said, I live 7 minutes from the airport. And I lived in Jersey.
Yeah.
I left and went all the way back to Harlem to pick him up. I'm looking at my couch like, is this guy going to be able to fit on my...
Yeah. That highway by the airport, yeah.
109, yeah. Right down the street from Newark Airport.
Right. Drew Frazier lives like around there.
I go all the way back to Harlem and pick him up. He said, I appreciate you doing this for me. I said, it's no problem. It's no problem.
Wow.
That's crazy.
We talked and whatever. I said, why he doing it? He said, because he thought he was going to be able to get on. And we found out he wasn't going to get on, and I was the only one.
And he got mad.
They pick people in advance for that. That's not a thing where you can just get on. It's like that, no open mic.
Right.
Television.
I mean, that's
exactly.
That still ain't no reason to leave your homie, though.
Right.
We're talking G-Thing.
It's G-Thing now. Yeah.
Okay. G-Thing is all about G-Thing, honey. Trust.
I could tell.
You know, I mean, he was selfish enough not to even listen to me and still did Def Comedy and used the damn name.
Yeah.
Right.
And he got Lavelle in trouble about it.
Yeah.
You know, but Lavelle ain't one to back down. He ain't no punk.
No, not at all.
You know, but...
Not at 450 either. I mean...
No, he about 120. He about 125
about
now.
225. Don't say one. Yeah, he did.
I asked him about it. He said he got a baby and his health was at risk. So.
Right.
Yeah, Lavelle was a sweetheart.
Yes, he is.
He was one of the people that flew in on his own to come to that thing at Caroline's they did for me.
Wow.
There was a lot of promoters came too. They was like, they was giving me 6 months to live. Yep. But God is good.
I was about to say, look at God. Look at God.
I remember seeing that, you know, and a whole lot of negative press, and I'm so glad that you are back with us.
I appreciate that.
I'm so glad.
Hey, amen.
Still here.
And you know what I'm talking about with the negative press. And everybody had their own opinions about why you were sick and what happened to you and all of that. They're writing you off.
I'm here to hang out with Misha.
That's right. All day.
We're glad you're here.
Every day going to eat to the same place.
Yeah. We're going to have to do that again.
I got to put it in the GPS. That was the ground giver that thing. That took us 4 different places every day.
That is hilarious.
We got to fly her into the bus and let her hang out with us in the bus.
You gotta
no
come
doubt,
here,
Tina.
We had a ball.
Yeah, we did.
I posted a picture with me, you, and Little Rail and Ricky. I don't know if you saw it.
I didn't see that one.
It was like a throwback picture.
Oh, I gotta go to your page and see that one.
Is this when Little Rail came to your house?
Outside of
After. No, before.
Jokes and Notes.
That's when we met.
Yeah, Jokes and Notes.
Jokes and Notes. We was in Chicago.
You know, Mary moved to Vegas.
I was wondering what happened to her.
Yeah, I was there 2 weeks before she closed. She never even told me that she was closing.
Oh,
wow.
I did a showcase out there, and I thought the guy was doing it at Jokes and Notes, and he had me somewhere else in Chicago. And my cousin is a cop out there. He was a Tina, you come in Chicago? I think, and I kept asking the guy, I said, where's the show going to be, the showcase going to be? And he would never tell me. I said, send me the flyer. Because he was asking me, you come in Chicago, send me the flyer. The guy wouldn't send me the flyer until like a couple of days before, but my cousin saw it. He said, "You sure you going to Jokes and Notes?" I said, "As far as I know, I am." He said, "This guy got you in the hood."
Yeah, for sure.
So I went out there, and it was in the hood. He
Yes,
had a
it-
whack hotel room and a whole nine.
Oh yeah.
So the thing was, Mary got a hold of the flyer, and she know I've never come to Chicago and did any other room outside of All Jokes Aside
Right.
or Jokes and Notes. So I went by the club, and that's why I saw Wildcat. Now see, Wildcat, in 2005, when we did Bad Boys of Comedy,
Uh-huh.
I had him on the list to tape.
Right.
Walter Lathan came in and took some of the names off after we did all the work
Wow.
and put people on that I told him was not going to do well in Brooklyn.
Wow. Wow.
And I was right.
Right.
And I told him, these guys are funny, but they're not ready for Brooklyn.
Not Brooklyn. You gotta be
I hate to
hood
say their
funny.
names, but I told him these guys weren't ready, and they was hard.
Yeah.
They weren't good.
Yeah. Faces
And I
hurt.
looked at Walter and I told him, I said, I told you. But Wildcat, I had already told Wildcat he had made the show.
Oh man.
Him, Doug Williams, but Doug Williams ended up getting Martin Lawrence Presents.
Yeah.
Yep.
I seen Doug
Regardless,
Williams on the
you know what I'm
cruise
saying?
ship.
But Wildcat, and I hadn't seen Wildcat since that happened. So when I got there and I saw this guy do an hour, my face was hurting.
Yeah. He's funny.
He was so funny.
Funny dude.
I don't know if he was doing that for me or what, but
Nah, he's just funny. He's just
he
funny.
was
With the
funny.
old school Richard
So
Pryor
after
like
the show,
type
I
delivery.
told him what happened. He was like, "It's okay," because I hadn't talked to him since that. But and I had recommended him for like 2-3 shows since then.
Nah, he clever
Recommended
guy.
him for a show down
Clever.
in Texas,
Uh-huh.
and they was like, "Could you recommend somebody?" I recommended him for a show at Elizabeth City University.
Uh-huh.
You know, yeah, I guess I felt kind of guilty about it, but it wasn't my fault.
Right. Wasn't your
He
fault.
could represent like it was no other. And he was on a show in Texas, and the promoter was like, "I'm put AJ last." I said, "You gonna put AJ behind Wildcat?" He said, "But I never saw Wildcat. I'm just taking your word for it." I said, "Take my word for it. You can ask AJ if he want to go behind Wildcat."
Yeah, if you want to follow him.
And he said, "Tina, you was right." AJ, I said, "You use AJ for name purposes.
Yes.
It don't matter where he go on the show.
Right. Right.
You want your show to flow, and you don't want him to be embarrassed."
That's like Brumman when he first started. We would use Brumman's name, but Brumman will have to feature.
We did that on the Def Jam tour because nobody wanted to follow Marvin Dixon.
Right. Right.
So we had an intermission. We let Marvin go, let Earthquake or whoever go, and then we have an intermission, and we bring on Marvin.
Right.
You know, because your name, you served your purpose.
You served your
draw.
purpose. Yeah. You drew the people
You're the
here.
draw. As
Yeah.
long as you're on the show, people don't give a shit when you go.
They don't care. They don't care.
Because
Not
they
at
came
all.
to see you. They saw you.
They
No
saw
matter when
you.
on the show.
Yeah.
Because you don't want people in that lobby saying, "Ooh, he should have went last."
Yes. You don't want that. When you trying to sell a DVD for 20 and they be like, would you take 5?
Exactly.
You know.
Do they still do DVDs? What's a DVD?
What's a DVD?
Look at you with the comebacks.
What's a DVD? Oh,
They
man.
still make DVDs.
Right, right.
I was
That's funny.
I think it was
That-
T. Ray Sanders.
Right.
I was cracking
T. Ray
up.
Sanders?
Oh my God! I think he on one of the videos I show. I show them things over and over again. People still watching. That's
Right.
These people are quarantined for real.
Right.
Still watching these
Ah.
but no.
That is
Tina.
funny.
Quarantine comedy shows.
That is funny.
Well, that's what's up, Miss Graham. If people want to get in contact with you, if they want to hear some of these great, amazing comedy reflections, I'm not even gonna call them stories. These are reflections on comedy that you have. How can somebody get in contact with you? What's your social media?
Well, somebody hacked my Instagram, but the new one is the real Tina Graham on Instagram. My
Okay.
Facebook is just Tina Graham.
Okay.
My
Okay.
Twitter is Tina Graham 63.
Okay. People still use Twitter?
Yeah.
Once in a while.
Yeah, once in a
Whatever
while.
Whatever I post on LinkedIn goes on Twitter.
Oh, okay.
And sometimes whatever I post on Instagram go to everything.
Right. I don't think I ever hear about Twitter is Donald Trump posting. I never hear nothing about Twitter no
I
more.
don't follow Donald Trump.
Right. Well, as we all shouldn't.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Right.
Hopefully he be out of here. I'm going to vote if I have to put on a hazmat.
A suit.
Too. Yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
I don't even trust the mail no more.
Yeah, as I say,
I
definitely.
never voted by mail anyway.
Right.
That
But, with
absentee
this
ballot stuff.
coronavirus stuff,
Yeah, yeah.
He know he lost. Because he's
Already.
campaigning like he lost already.
Already. Like, we're going to dispute the amount of votes and
Just do something that never even happened.
not even happened yet.
He said he ain't leaving office
He messing
anyway.
with the mail, people that getting their medicine.
Mailboxes.
Food is spoiling. He got rid of the sorting machines. What the hell? The
Yeah.
other guys are up for, they about to drill him tomorrow. He need to quit, because they don't know nothing about the post office.
Yeah, post office general. Yeah, he's getting grilled tomorrow.
Yeah.
In the
He get
Senate.
grilled tomorrow. I'm going to be watching,
Yeah.
too.
So am
They
I.
need to ask the right questions. Why you take out the machines to sort this mail?
Right. Right. To slow down this whole process.
And make it harder for people to even, if the workers. And then
Sure.
cut overtime and knowing that people going to have to vote by mail so they won't get sick.
Definitely. Most definitely.
I'm sending my vote by Amazon.
I'm sending my vote
Amazon.
right there.
Prime.
We are going to be in line, like Michelle Obama
He
said.
only doing that because he mad at the guy from Amazon. You know, he's a spiteful person. He's the reason why Bill Cosby's in jail.
Sure.
Wow.
Bill Cosby dissed him. You know, he like always out for revenge. It didn't help with Hannibal Burgess.
Yeah. Well, Hannibal. Wow.
Yeah.
Uh,
That was
'Cause
Don't
that
even
story
know
had been
words.
out for a while, and when
Yeah.
Hannibal Burgess did that, Donald Trump pounced on the chance to get back at Bill Cosby.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was like
He dug people
drastic.
from the grave talking about they slept with Bill Cosby.
Yeah. Sure. I don't like Hannibal Buress. After that, I didn't like Hannibal anymore. After that.
Well, I don't know. My grandmama says she slept with Bill Cosby, so
I had bronchitis so bad. I was coughing and coughing and coughing. I quit smoking that day.
Oh wow.
Oh man.
And I was coughing my lungs up, and I was sitting there, I was waiting for my ride outside of Miami Airport, and this guy came up to me and said, "Tina, you all right?" I'm like, "Who the hell? You know me in this airport right now."
Well, I'm
He said,
coughing
"You
up a
all right? You
lung.
need something to drink?" And I was like, and I turned around, it was Hannibal Burgess.
Wow.
And I hadn't seen Hannibal in years. I'm surprised you remember me.
Right.
He said,
Hannibal.
"You okay?" I said, "I'm just waiting on my ride. I don't feel good."
Wow.
I was going to ABFF, the American Black Film Festival. And I ended up having to come home and Razor ended up having bronchitis and asthma attack. And Razor
I know.
took me to the
Long
hospital.
time.
Razor.
Long time.
Is he out of Florida?
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember doing a
I've
show
heard
with him
that.
at the Funny Bone back when it was the old Paul Strong.
Really?
Fort Lauderdale. Razor good people.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Razor talked me off the ledge, honey, when I was sick.
Oh, that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was upset about me being sick. And he was like, yeah.
Well, I
gotta
was
get some-
upset as well. I was like, Tina needs to be representing me. What the hell? I'm on my way back to New York.
You still on that?
Exactly. I
I
am.
thought about it. I thought about going back into that.
I am. I'm like, you
'Cause
just
I'm a
need
drill
a
sergeant,
couple
honey, trust.
people. You just need a couple people. Seasoned vets, though.
You need a.
I'm a drill sergeant, honey.
Seasoned veterans that no one really knows yet. You know what I mean? That's all you need to mess with.
Yeah, but my thing is, the commies don't have any patience. You know, and it's a thing where you got to love what you do.
Yes.
And don't
Right.
make it about money, because
Don't-
the thing is, what's going to make or break you is your fans.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, because as you know, fans will break you. All you got to do is do one little messed up thing. They put it on social media, and it go viral.
And it's over with. It's over with. Yeah.
These cancel
you
culture.
have to build that fan base. That's what I did appreciate about Kevin Hart, because I saw Kevin Hart in a competition in '98. We were doing a competition where the winner got to be on the Def Comedy Jam tour in that city.
Uh-huh.
He won, and after that he was like in full speed at the Laugh House in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
He was in full speed. He came to New York. He did every room for free. He didn't want no money. He just wanted to build that little fan base. He was cute and adorable, and he knew it. And he was funny, you know. And he would talk about his kids, and, you know, he would talk about stuff that other people weren't talking about. already.
Right. Right.
You know, when you talk about the same subject, if I don't want to hear another Obama impression. I don't want to hear
Yeah.
sex jokes, and I don't want to hear none of that mess. All this cursing every other word.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
people are counting how many times you say GD or F you or F this or B this. They ain't listening to the joke.
They ain't listen to the joke. You coining the joke with
Where
"ain't
is
that a
the joke
bitch"
at?
and stuff like
We
that.
just hit
Yeah.
curse words.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, all that in-your-face stuff is not working. I can't. Well, I'm always in audition mode all the time,
Uh-huh.
no matter where I'm at.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at you. He's not fit for television.
Right.
He's not even fit to do my room, actually.
Right. Right.
You know, it's like I would never book him.
Yeah. Subject
You know,
matters.
I smile a lot, but back in my head, I'm like, if you don't get up out of here with that, how did I do? No, I killed. You want to get on my nerves? Say you killed.
Yeah. Say you kill.
If I don't see no dead people in the room,
Yeah. Yeah. You should be absolutely
if
in
I'm in
murder
that nigga,
spot.
I'm a walking zombie.
Yeah. We don't have to resuscitate anybody.
Walking dead, 'cause you ain't dead. Stop saying that. Let other people speak for you.
Let other people.
Right.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
You don't do that. It's nothing like a comic that come and say, I could have did better.
Yeah. Right. I could have did better.
I
Yeah.
could have did better. You can always do better. You let other people speak for you. Don't do that. That's not being humble at all.
Right.
And other comics are waiting for you to fail.
Sure.
Oh, exactly.
Sure they are.
Exactly.
Sure they are. That's
Keep
like.
bragging like that. They're not going to help you. They're not
Right.
going to do anything. You have to be a comedian's comedian.
Yes,
Don't
indeed.
get involved in gossip and all that kind of stuff. 'Cause
yeah.
I saw some of these comics, they are horrible.
Yeah.
They ain't got nothing good to say about nobody.
Man.
And once you get on the comics level, they don't want to book you on anything.
Not right.
They're not going to tell you about an audition until they come back from it.
Yes. They'll tell you when they come back.
Oh, man, you didn't know about that?
Yeah, they tell you when they come
If
back.
you with a comic and you guys on the same level, if they get called for a lot of shows because they're more popular than you, and they can't do that show because they double book, if they don't give you that show or recommend you for that show, get rid of that guy.
Yeah, it's a problem there.
Because if he can't do it and he can't recommend you for it,
Yeah.
he's not on your side.
Yeah, because he can't be two places at one time.
Exactly. Everybody don't advance at the same level, period. Like, it's a situation where Willie Lynch Jr. and Leonard Oots, I met Willie Lynch Jr. at the Bay Area Comedy Competition. You hear all the time, I'm coming to New York, I'm coming to New York. I come to New York, you gonna look out for me? I be like, yeah, I'm gonna look out for you. I know they ain't coming.
Right. Right.
Willie Lynch Jr. came. He said, T, you gonna look out for me? I'm in New York. I was like, what? Serious?
Are you?
Man, we was
This is in 2015. So I said, you know what? I got a fundraiser that you can do. It's paying $150. He said, can I bring this other guy? Sure. You know me.
Yeah. More the merrier.
Bring him
Yeah.
on. Bring him on. He said he only been doing comedy a year, and it's his birthday. So we're doing the fundraiser, and Hassan Oliver is a comedian. It's a local comic. Anyway, he was hosting. The mic went out. It's okay. It was small. It was a bunch of teachers in there. So the show went on, and I put somebody else. I was like a little white girl came. I forgot her name. Then somebody else came. I said, where's your friend at? It was Leonard Oots.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very funny.
Leonard had only been doing comedy a year. It was his birthday. He was just turning 21. So he got up there, and I'm looking like, oh my God.
Yeah. Murdered the place.
And somebody, and I said, what's wrong? I said, he got the it factor.
Mm-hmm.
The Jay
And I was
Leno
like,
and
what
all
does that mean? I said, well, after he did his set, I was like, this guy is really good. And Willie Lynch went on, he did his thing, but Willie's kind of militant with his stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like a Shang.
Uh-huh.
Look at the name.
Anyway, he did his thing after the show. I was saying, Leonard, you got the it factor. He said, what does that mean? I said, what are you doing next week? I had another show, but it was already booked. But I wanted him to know that he had the it factor.
Right. Sure.
And he was saying, what does that mean? I said, you about to find out. I said, what are you doing next week? I had already put Willie Lynch on the show to try to help him out, you know, because they're in New York, and you got to pay rent.
Right.
And so anyway, I said, I'm going to add you to the show. So I called the promoter. I said, you got to add this guy because you just upped the budget. Just maybe another $100 so I can put this guy on it. I guarantee you're going to like him. I said, now, I'm going to show you how you got the it factor. If somebody asks you, where you going to be next? You know you got it.
Right.
So that next week, he did the show. Before he can get off the stage good, he was all over him saying, where you going to be next? He looked at me and like, how'd you know?
Like I know these things.
Gotham? He said, yeah, I'm going to do Gotham. I said, when you do Gotham, if they offer to manage you, you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
That's Levity Live.
Uh-huh.
They own all the improvs.
All of them. Yeah, all of them.
And now the Funny Bones. So anyway, he came, he offered me to come, but I had to go to North Carolina. I said, I can't come to Gotham, but I know you're going to do well, and I know they're going to want to manage you. He said, how do you know all this? I said, look, watch. He did Levity Live, and I saw him at the April Fool's Day comedy show.
Right.
Some I had already heard about it, because I gave him such praises on the internet. Whatever.
Wow.
Everybody was like, yo, who's this guy she's talking about? And I was like, and Jason Steinberg was backstage. He saw Leonard talking to me. Now, Lavelle Crawford was supposed to be on that April Fool's Day show, but it was Sinbad, Corey Holcomb, Deion Cole, I forgot who else. Anyway, I was back there talking to Leonard, and Leonard, I said, what are you doing, Leonard? He said, somebody called me to come do this because Lavelle wasn't there. I said, they already heard about you? And a couple of managers was back there, and they was like, Tina, you know him? I was like, yeah, why? They was like, could you put in a good word for me?
Wow.
And I said, you serious? And so Leonard came up to me. I said, this guy wants me to put in a good word. He said, I know. That guy over there wants me to meet with him too. But Tina, the guys on Levity Live, they want me to be with me or sign with them. I said, well, you know what to do.
Right.
I already put the word in, so.
Yeah, you know what to do. You take it from there.
I said, go with the money.
Exactly.
He said, can we have two managers? I said, no, I don't do that.
Yeah, can't have that.
And I was working with Kevin Brown from the Brown Brothers from Uptown Comedy Club.
Yeah, Uptown.
He's called .com now, but he was on 30 Rock with Tracy Morgan.
Uh-huh.
And he had started a little company up. And we did the documentary on Uptown Comedy Club, but we never released it.
Wow, so much history.
Yeah.
How many times you gonna turn down management?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to do that. He said, you said he got the it factor.
Yeah, you're the one.
He was doing everything.
Yeah, you found him.
Willie Lynch Jr. was helping him out big time, and I don't know what happened to that little situation.
Yeah.
Like I said,
with
people don't advance
Conan
at the
O'Brien
same
and all
level
that, he
all the
did all
time.
that stuff fast.
Yeah.
You
no
never
doubt.
know who's going to make it before you. And I used to
Right.
have a sign in my office, and before the cops would leave my office, they would read this. I said, read that sign. They said, oh, okay. Be careful of the toes you step on, because they may be connected to the ass you got to kiss later on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no doubt. That's deep. That is
So,
deep.
in other words, don't burn bridges, because you never know who's going to make it first.
Yep.
Right.
And then when you're in the beginning of your career, it's the comedians that's going to find you to work. So don't be making bad with other comics.
Right.
Because if they're working and you're not, they know the promoters and you don't.
And you don't.
The
That's
promoter's
true.
going to ask them,
Who's funny? Or who's funny? Yeah.
or if you're funny,
Yeah.
period.
Yeah. If you're funny, yeah, sure.
The comics are going to get you to work because the promoters don't know you.
They don't know. And if they need somebody to fill a spot,
Mm-hmm. You're
hey,
going to call another comic
Yeah.
to find out who you are.
no doubt. No doubt about it.
And that's when they start recommending you. If
Yep.
they don't, and they're your friend, they're not your friend.
They're not your friend. Oh, my God. Thank you so much.
Well, we hope you recommend this show to
Absolutely.
most
Yeah,
definitely.
Listen to
Slapstick
it. Well,
Radio.
I don't listen to my radio shows.
And
Try
I-
to give us a shot.
And I'm a chop up the interview sometime this week, and I put it. I send it to you on Messenger.
I'm not going to listen to it.
Oh, well,
You
yeah,
send it to me, though. I let other people listen.
yeah. There you see. There you go. There you go.
I done threw so many people under the bus right now. Everybody be like,
Nah, you didn't throw nobody under the bus. Everybody that you threw under the bus, they was on the bus with you. So you know what I'm saying. But we just need one more thing before we get out of here. If we can just get a drop from you where you're saying, you know, you're the godmother comedy Tina Graham, and you're listening to Slapstick Radio. That's all we need, and we're gonna call it a night.
Okay.
And you can go at any
now?
yeah, you can go at any time. It's recording.
Okay, this is the godmother of comedy, Tina Graham. I'm going to give a shout out to Slapstick Magazine Radio.
There it is.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Tina. I love you, Tina.
God bless you. God bless you, sister.
Thank you,
That's
Tina.
what's going on. We appreciate you.
Y'all take care.
Talk
You
to
too.
you. Yes.
And
Bye-bye.
that was the queen of comedy,
Yes,
man.
indeed.
We could have talked comedy.
Now, that interview went.
We could have
yes.
talked comedy all night
We
long,
sure could have.
man.
I actually forgot to bring up that my phone used to butt dial her all the time, and then one time she went off on me. Like, if your damn phone calls me again, I'm like, I'm sorry.
Oh, now you want to remember that. But that's what's up, man. We got to get out of here, man.
Yeah.
We gotta get out of it.
Yeah.
Lakers are playing. I'm missing the game.
Let's go, Dame Lillard. Let's go, Dame Lillard.
Lakers and Dame.
But that's what's up,
I
man.
just like sports. You know, I'm
Me
not
too.
one of them. This is my team type
Yeah,
of person.
that's my favorite player.
Yeah, and all of that
That's
shit.
me.
You like the
I
bubble
like
play?
sports.
You like the bubble play? You like the way it's going down the
Bubble
bubble?
play is cool.
Okay.
It's cool. I mean, it's on.
Right.
Basketball's back, so
Right.
I don't care if they did it in my backyard or at the recreation center or wherever. Basketball is back. So
That's what I said. With no fans and,
sports.
and no ticket sales, those commercials have got to be the most. They got to be Super Bowl.
like Super Bowl.
expensive,
There you go.
They got to be.
Super Bowl quality commercials.
Right.
They have to be.
Yep.
But that's what's up, man. We appreciate Eddie Bryant for calling in.
Oh yeah,
Eddie.
thank you,
We
brother.
definitely make sure you get his go to EddieBryan.com. Make sure you get his socks and his
New album.
The EddieBryantShow.com.
And also, man, we appreciate Miss Tina Graham for all the
the godmother.
the knowledge, the stories,
Yes,
and I mean
indeed.
it was
The
oh my
humor.
god, the humor. It was
Tina's funny.
oh, yeah.
So many
Well,
stories.
she been around so many comics. You
Yeah,
can't help
you
but
can't
you can't
help
help
it.
but be
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I mean, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna go home. I might chop it up tonight. 'Cause I want to listen to it again, so I might listen to this whole thing again tonight. But that's once I get it out. But this we're gonna get up out of here, man. We're gonna see y'all guys next Thursday. So make sure y'all hit us up.
Yes,
and
indeed.
comedians, if you out there, we still want to hear those chuckles or knuckles.
Come on,
Call us.
practice. Oh, you got all week
Chuckles
to
or
practice.
knuckles. You know, I shouldn't be the only one up here. I shouldn't be the only one up here getting chuckles.
That's right. Or Knuckles.
Giving himself
I've never had knuckles.
Yeah,
I've never.
On that one,
I've
you
never. I just did that because I want y'all to hear the what to call it.
to hear the knuckles.
Yeah.
Well, if Misha was running it, I was running. You would hear more.
Y'all would get knuckles.
You hear more knuckles.
Hey, but
Yes, would.
you can't tell me I didn't have you thinking tonight. I didn't have you thinking.
Yeah, sure.
Wait till next week.
With that, get off me, Holmes.
That's hilarious.
Crazy.
But that's what's up, man. This your boy, the Mind Cherry. Y'all can follow
Stephen G.
And I'm Misha Mish.
And y'all can follow me on all the social media. You can follow Stephen G at.
Stephen G.
I thought
Everything.
I thought it was
No, the Room Ripper. I'm sorry.
There we go.
I'm sorry. I've been hacked. The Room Ripper. Yeah, Room Ripper.
And Misha, how can they follow you?
Check out ComedySlaps.com.
And there it is, man. We see y'all guys next Thursday.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Peace
you.
out.
Peace.
Thanks for listening to Slapstick Comedy Radio. Join us Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. at WTMHradio.com. Check out our blog and all things funny at ComedySlaps.com.
Offers affordable name brand fashion to suit any family's budget. Visit the Look for Less and Look Your Best, located in the
DJ Quake.
Mixtape Monopoly.
DJ Blue.
Calico Jones. My Christian Louboutins go on the bottom. Christian Louboutin. Everybody talk. Nobody got it. Oh my God. Walking through the money. 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 Christian Louboutins go on the bottom. What else? Christian Louboutin. Everybody talking. Nobody got it. Oh my God. Walking through the money. Walking through the money. Walking through the money. I'm walking through the money. Walking through the money. I'm walking through the money. Walking through the money. I'm walking through the money. I feel like an alien. Endanger my shoes and they really Australian. I'm walking on activists. This Avatar chicken don't really gon' smash the bitch. I kick it like reptiles. 5,000 for shoes and they better not go out of style. Calling me Jake the Snake, a crocodile Dundee. You picklehead bitch. I just went crazy and loopy. I told that bitch to paint my bottom on bluish. 50,000 worth of shoes in my room, and I told that bitch my rag the same color too. Christians on my feet, feeling like a peep. All about to preach, solo for the choir. Told that bitch I